Hello everyone, welcome to the Lightbringers podcast. We are back and we're talking more Guild Wars 3. It's like, it's important or something. Should probably do that because we're all pretty excited, we're all pretty hyped for it. We hyped for it. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was already a bad
Hype
joke.
for what?
I don't know. Some ore stuff. Iron ore,
What?
copper.
I'm glad
ore.
that you are. It's been, I think, 5 years, 6 years now, probably, that we've been doing this, and your intros have just gotten
impeccable.
better and better.
Impeccable is what I like to say.
Even when we don't interrupt you.
I know, but the thing is, I think I'm ready to be to have the voices in the background, so I have more of a clear idea of what I want to say, and it just doesn't work.
So wait a second. Does it mean that when I whisper to you while you're trying to do the intro, does that help
helpful.
you?
It probably helps me.
Okay, I'll just do that from now on. Okay.
There's going to be a lot more podcasts coming up as well. As soon as we're literally doing a podcast the week after, we just did our last one as well. And honestly, it's probably one of the highest views podcasts we've had in a while because Guild Wars 3 is a thing. And it's really exciting. The amount of comments on that video is probably the most commented video podcast episode we've done. So thank you so much for all the comments. Appreciate them very much. Please like, comment, subscribe, click that alert bell so you get more alerts of when the Lightbringers podcast comes out. We are live on Twitch around 12 p.m. Pacific-ish and 7 p.m. GMT if you do want to check us out live. Twitch.tv/JebroUni there, and on YouTube.com/JebroUni where you can find all the VODs and watch all the videos. If you're listening to this just audibly on whatever thing you use to do that, you may not be able to see the video, which means you can't see all of our wonderful faces and some of the things we may talk about. So if you do want to check out the video on places like Spotify, which I hate, you can watch the video as well. And check us a review. Give us some reviews, some stars, some thumbs up, whatever the hell it is, so we can get this out to more people. Wonderful to see everyone here as usual. We've got Fornax, Kroof, Engel, and Boots. There will be links in the description below where you can find out where to watch them on their most favored place, maybe Twitch or YouTube. And also you can buy the game as well, Guild Wars 2, as well as purchasing the expansions through their links below. Please do make sure that you go and support them. They're wonderful people, and it's good to have them here, and they give their time to this. Very much appreciated. And we've been doing this for like 5 years, so it's kind of wild that we've done this for so long. Yeah. Okay. Welcome everyone.
Yeah.
Hello. We'll probably do the outros again. We'll just do outros where everyone talks about the links and stuff. We'll do that
I
way.
just realized though.
What did you realize?
What?
That
So I
intro
just
was
got a
okay.
notification. That was a great intro. That was
was
really
better.
good, actually. I'm
was
serious.
better.
I'm not being sarcastic at all. That was very good. I'm impressed.
It's a suit.
So what I was going to say is I just got a notification that somebody followed me on Twitch. I think because of that amazing intro.
There you go.
Now, but I just realized that in these five or so, 6 or so years that we've been doing this podcast, on the podcast, I'm known as Boots, which is, what I'm called.
Yeah.
But the only thing that matters if people follow is my YouTube channel, which is World of Enders.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Is this just now clicking?
It's just now clicking.
And
That
Are
I
we
should
thinking
probably
name consolidation?
change it.
No.
Yeah, you did
It
kind of
sounds
like
miserable.
divert. You kind of diverted with your brand a little bit, but it also
Yeah.
could be like Fornax, where like it's the channel of the Crichton Herald, but Fornax is known as Fornax, and your
Yeah.
channel is World of Enders, but you're just known as Boots.
Also known
But-
as hobbling it together when you didn't have a plan to start. Yeah.
Isn't that what
That's
we all
basically
do
it, yeah.
all the time?
Yeah.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the
Oh, well.
time. Yeah, I do that all the
And
time.
you know what? I don't
Actually-
need followers. Followers are for
Don't
for
say that.
people.
You've literally got like a big crowd of
You know-
people like here to literally
Yeah, all
go
of you in
and...
chat. Don't follow me. I dare you. There, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, don't follow and see what happens.
Yeah, see what
Just
happens.
I've got a command for
Yeah, see what
everyone.
happens.
So I literally put it in the chat.
Oh no! All right.
I've
Well, anyway,
got a
moving on.
command for everyone because my mods are amazing and they do things forward. You can't hear anything from us?
Uh-oh, that's not good. But probably good
Yeah, you
because of
can.
what just happened.
Oh wait. You should be able to hear us. You can't hear anything from Boots or Jeb? Yeah, you
Hold on, let
can.
me-
You should be able to. All the audio levels are up. Emperor, did you like block us audio
maybe-
in some way? You mean that we're not
Now-
loud?
Why is everyone muted?
No, everyone's on.
I can hear. I tested it on my end.
Is it on
Audio's
my
fine.
stream? Because Emperor's on my stream.
Oh,
Maybe it's because our voices
Oh.
are just too
Emperor,
low.
if you're on Kroof's stream right now,
Kroof.
there might be times where they're lower. So if you do want to like co-watch us both, it's up to you.
Kroof,
It's different.
what have you been doing?
Wait, no,
Just
it's
muting Boots.
the
and
audio.
Jebro.
The audio is like peaking on my side when you all talk.
It's
but...
okay. It's fine. It's only one
Oh.
person. Emperor will get over it
Yeah.
and it'll be fine. We're sorry, Emperor.
Oh, wow.
We'd also love you. Thank you.
It's very important.
Thank you for being here. Yeah.
So, Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 3, sorry. Wow. I've kind of named this. I've got document as well again for this one. And I got some compliments on how well planned and thorough we were on the last one. That's because we have the mighty document. Okay, it's like the Bible for the Lightbringers podcast. I spend a good few hours before the night
I
before.
would ask you though.
doing
I would
things.
ask you though to please take a poll of the Lightbringers hosts here who read the document from last time.
Last time I read it.
Angle
One.
did.
You just chose up.
Two.
You just
Fornax
woke up and
does.
chose violence this morning.
Cra-
Right?
Is that
Rookery
wait,
did.
did you raise your hand?
Dude.
Is that your hand
Rookery looks
raised?
at it. I
Dude,
did.
hold on, I want to see. Fornax, is that a hand raised or is that just your normal?
Did I
pose?
read
they
it
raised
in
their hand.
advance?
No,
I don't know
you
about
have
that.
to.
Maybe like
the
10
You don't have
document.
to because it's so
but I
well
was using
formatted.
it to kind of follow along what we were talking, what we
Yeah,
were
the
going to talk
document
about.
is mostly for me, and then like I have notes just in case. It just helps me have
Yeah.
different sections.
That's true.
Honestly,
You're
I should
very good at
chapter it.
like.
Oh my God.
You're very good at like getting us in track. That's true.
It's kind of my job
I
as like the
fixed
main
the audio on my end,
host
so you all
person.
can be heard
I,
now.
do like this.
Sorry.
I don't know. I did wake up and chose violence. I don't know why. I think it's the sake.
No, I don't know.
I need I need a sorry button, but I have this. Does that help?
That does
I mean,
help.
I don't.
Love that.
No, but I am sorry. I am sorry. I don't have.
actually
yeah.
amazing. You would have missed that if you didn't get if you don't
That's
have
the book
video on. I'm
Fornax
gonna try and make
reads.
sure I have the full picture and so you can show it. Okay, there we go. I got him. Okay, so Guild Wars 3 on the Guild Wars 3 website, which is guildwars3.com. There is I guess you call it a blog post called "Stepping into Ancient Ore." On June 10th, and it was there was some info. There's also a new image which I
Nice.
don't think we saw as well, which we could
That one.
probably talk about.
That one,
rings.
yeah.
That's
It's
such
so
a cool
cool.
image.
Technically, it's not new.
Oh,
Wait,
well,
is
too
it in the,
bad.
is it in the press?
It's new to
art?
me.
It's concept art that is often associated with Utopia. It's in the art like files. So this is an older
Ah.
representation or art piece of
So wait,
ore,
hold on a second.
but they've never had time to actually use this to represent ore in its glory
So this
days.
was
So that's
more
probably why they pulled
So
it.
this was from Guild
Okay, so
Wars.
it's not Utopia then.
It's not Utopia, no, but I think there were elements of like concept art where they were going to maybe touch on a rock because the gods and everything. So this is something that I've seen years before, but
Okay.
this is the first time they can actually use it in marketing.
That's cool.
Oh,
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, if that's Utopia, I don't like it. There's there's lots of like
Oh, it
lava
doesn't look like
potentially.
Utopia.
I know very niche, small details about Guild Wars and Arena Net's
Yeah.
history.
Let's go.
What? So
nuggets.
I want to know about these rings. Obviously, it looks like they come out of the ground.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, they come
Yeah.
out of the ground.
Either they
yes.
came out or
Yes,
they
yes, yes.
were, or they've gone down in and then come back up.
They
was
might come
kind
up
of-
and down. Like they keep on going.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
during certain times.
But for what reason?
Party
Small
time.
people in center triggered. Large
Mhm.
large rings being ejected from planet. Small puddle underneath people in center. Yes.
Wow, Fornax, your attention to
I mean,
detail and
Well, you would. I mean, that is a change of trouser moment when
True.
gigantic rings like appear out of the earth and there's volcanic ash underneath them. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
It is very beautiful. I think it does a great job at delivering that sense of scale because there are small humans kind of in the foreground. But yeah, it's really mystical having things like floating, almost alien-esque.
Yeah.
great place for a rope swing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Oh, but except if you fall off the swing.
Yeah, you die probably because you fall into
Yeah,
the
you-
gap.
Yeah.
I guess
Exactly,
If there's
the-
I mean,
or
is it like
maybe-
a bungee jumping situation? You know, yeah,
Oh
like
yeah, actually.
strap
I
in
mean,
or
Oh
one of
my
those big
God.
touristy like
Yeah.
swings. You
Madigan
jump- yeah.
just came up with the newest alternative history of Tyria and like the big brain history of Tyria, which is Tyria itself is just a computer.
It is like
And-
that.
fractals.
And those are disk drives, and
Yeah.
this game,
Wow.
this game is just like a physical game that we're playing.
I see it. Because that
kind
would
of
also
mind-blowing.
maybe answer the metaphysical idea of like, what's the origin of Suwan? What's the origin of Tyria? It's just a bunch of people playing Sims. It's a bunch of gods playing Sims.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
It's really old media though, isn't it? It's quite big. It's not like floppy disk big, but you know, it's almost like laser disc big. Do you remember laser
Yeah.
discs?
I do.
I never
remember
had
those.
one, but
we're
like,
not
they
like
were...
we're just gonna skip over vinyls. Like,
Oh yeah.
I
I'm
don't
just
think that
going
don't
back in
matter.
time.
I think
though.
that's too big to be vinyl. Like that wouldn't hold together if it was vinyl.
you think?
I think so. It's a little too big. That's more than 180 grams for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
180 grams. Okay.
Damn.
Sorry about the. If you can hear footsteps, my kids are running around upstairs.
Cannot hear a thing. You're good.
Okay, good. Because
Bless
it's
them.
triggering my microphone on my end, so I'm getting like really self-conscious as they sound like elephants upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah, always happens. Like when my cat meows, she's really loud, and then no one can hear when I'm on calls with clients. It's quite cute. Okay, so from this blog post, I mean, this is the choice. Do we want to read it and go through it like that? We could. I had little notes on it. I'm not sure we need to read all of it because there are different sections, which we've
honestly,
already
we
kind
could
of
probably
heard
just
of.
do like the when and where of Guild Wars 3 and then skip
Yes.
to
Yes.
or but before and really get into the meat of Guild Wars 3.
I
Because there's the
like
middle
that.
section of like kind of rehashing the franchise stuff.
And that was you
Absolutely.
volunteering to read it.
Absolutely, gamers. Y'all, we're going to do some popcorn reading today, and the next victim's going to be Jebro.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I can
Jebro.
do the next one. That's fine. All right.
So, shall we begin with the when and where of Guild Wars 3?
I like that pun.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Go
Okay.
for it.
This is the juicy bits. Yeah.
Guild Wars 3 begins on the continent of Or, over 1,000 years before the events of Guild Wars Reforged, in a period of time before the human gods left this world. The former god of death has been recently usurped. It's a time before the First Guild War, and when hostilities between rival guilds are rising, and the Order of the Veil is on the back foot.
Okay, stop.
We
there.
believe-
Can I just stop there? I'm going to stop when we have things to
can.
talk about. Is that right? Does that sound good, or do you want to read the section first?
No, that sounds good. But
Command
who
us,
decides
Daddy.
if we have
We're all
things to
ready.
talk about?
Yeah.
It's just
I just got censored in real time.
No, you didn't. You did a great job. You always do. Your voice acting is amazing. Or reading, whatever you want to say that is. I don't know. Anyway, does anyone have? So I don't know much about the former god of death being usurped. I don't know.
I believe it's
Much
pronounced
about that?
dumb.
Yeah, big dumb gets usurped.
Big,
So-
angry, dumb god of death.
What
right.
do we know? Why?
Yes.
Can
Yes,
someone
because he was
regale me?
yum, 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 yum. He was doing that. He was going.
Can you give us the full story like that? Like start from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dumb was being Cookie Monster with the souls of the dead. He was going, me want souls. Yes, souls. Mm. And
Wow.
Kroof or Fornax, would you like to continue?
What?
for
I'm
it,
so
Fornax.
enthralled.
Go for it.
I must know.
No,
I did
think
the
that
sound
was
effects. Kroof,
Cliff
go on.
Notes. Yeah, that was the clip.
So yes,
What is
Doom
happening?
was he was notorious for being a very cruel god of death, where Grenth became the god of death that judged souls in regards to where they were going to go in the afterlife. Doom was like, I'm hungry. This is a buffet. It's all you can eat. And he would just kind of up the souls.
There we go.
And
that was so
not-
much worse.
Okay, I thought it was like an interpretive, take
Sounds
on
like
what you
Kroof
did.
has got a bit more experience with eating things.
I do. And it was so cruel and so vicious that it prevented resurrection or afterlife. And so the gods were like, hey bro, that's like kind of your deal. Why are you not doing that? And then they were like, let me cast you out into the mists.
So they fired him basically for not doing his job properly.
Kind of, yeah. But it was a little bit more
They-
violent, probably.
No severance though, or
no
benefits.
No severance,
The
benefits,
problem
and
is-
more violent.
True. But the problem is you can't kill these motherfuckers. You can bind them. You can strip them of the mantle of power, but you can't seem to kill them. And that's why we've had Doom chained up and there was a whole raid about him. And then that's why we had Balthazar in Path of Fire, or actually like pre-season Path of Fire, like chained up in the mist and was accidentally let go by a dumb char. So, yeah.
So I have a question about that.
Yours.
So we've
Same.
kind of had a bit of this conversation before in that something did happen to Balthazar later on, right? So Balthazar now, is he dead or is he not dead? In Guild Wars 2.
Like in
He's
current
dead.
timeline?
Yeah, current.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got.
Well, I mean,
he
he's
got-
still,
You got doomed.
his magic was devoured in a way.
yeah, it's technically part of Aurene, right?
Right. So my question is, when you say you can't kill these motherfuckers, is that accurate?
Okay.
You can, it's like you transform, it's like matter can neither be destroyed nor created, probably like situation where it's just like his essence was absorbed into the greater
Right,
power
right,
of
because we
Toric
decided to
and
do that.
Principle
Aurene.
of the conservation of energy. Yes.
Right, we've
Yeah.
decided to do that. So he as an existence is no longer there. He's part of something else. However, I feel like that's the deal with all magic in Tyria. Now, so the gods are not immune to that. But the question is, well, not a question. This is a statement. I think that gods have always been able to be killed. I just think that as punishment, the other gods never chose to kill gods.
That could be right. Because, I mean, you see it from Abaddon as well, right?
Yeah.
You see it with the three gods that they decided to neuter and chain. I don't know whether it could be just like an ethical stand from them because they don't want to see their own kind destroyed.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
The gods being
Yeah.
ethical. That's kind of
I mean,
funny.
And I
know
guess
what
I
you
guess
mean.
the broader way of looking at it is that the god is not necessarily so much as like the person or the body that holds the magic. The true importance is that magic in and of itself, which is why it's
Sure.
like Cormyr was just a human, but then absorbed everything and then was in the godhood, in the pantheon.
Except Abaddon kind of was still important after he got his stuff taken away. And so was Balthazar. He came back with different magic, but he was still Balthazar. So
Is it just
I don't know.
lesser? They're not as powerful, or they strip?
they definitely were lesser, yeah.
Well-
But
Maybe it's like the Ring of Power in the Lord of the Rings, right? Anybody who's a ring bearer in the Lord of the Rings basically can't die. That's why they have to go off to Valinor. That's why Frodo and Sam have to go to Valinor because Sam carried the ring that one time at band camp, and he has to go to Valinor because he can't die. And maybe that's the rub
Yeah,
with the mantle
maybe.
of power. Once you have it, maybe it transforms the mortal body so much that either you're consumed completely, or you're neutered to the point where you can't be a bother to anybody else. Like it's like a retirement home for these mad bastards.
yeah, seems like it.
I would also think maybe like maybe the five of them together could have gone up against him, but I would say they each have such a different type of like magic. Maybe they're more equally matched or don't have the actual ability to kill each other.
Maybe.
Interesting, yeah.
Because you see
Except-
like Aurene
Yeah.
being able to absorb, the magic of Balthazar, but I don't know. I
she's
almost
something
wonder
special.
if they just couldn't. They couldn't for some reason.
Possibly.
And
I know they
also-
didn't. They didn't for Doom, right? Doom was taken out by Grenth, who was a demigod, I suppose, in some ways, and 7 mortals, right?
Yeah, the 6
Yeah.
6 Reapers or 7 Reapers,
Yeah.
was it? Yeah.
So I think it's just that the gods don't want to take each other out.
They probably have an understanding of the importance of magical stability, because I've been replaying a lot of Path of Fire and also bits of End of Dragons where the greater topic of magic is touched on, and like Void was first, but then Suwon separated everything, and that's how they maintain the balance. So maybe the gods were also like, we can't have one of these entities killed because that would really mess up the ecosystem of magic, and in order to like preserve Tyria, they were like, let's just chain them to a realm so that we don't like cause mass havoc.
No, that's interesting, because if you think about like Norse mythology, once Loki was bound, once they deposed Loki, it was when they chained chaos, when they blocked chaos away, that Ragnarok came, and his children basically caused Ragnarok. So I like the idea that there has to be balance, right?
With the
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there's some history for you, everyone. I wanted to know a little bit for myself as well, because I didn't really know. Lore is, I remember it, and I kind of, it takes me a lot to remember the lore of Guild Wars 2, because I think I've got the lore of so many different games in my head, and I think I confuse things. But so I like to ask these questions so that new people to the game and me are a little bit more knowledgeable about the things. So I appreciate, which is why we've got all these wonderful people here, because they have such awesome experience. Okay, so, and then there was another part in this, the bit you were reading. It's time before the first guild war, when hostilities between rival guilds are rising and the Order of the Veil is on the back foot. We'll talk about that
Yes.
a little bit as well. There's already guilds, and it sounds like, you know, really like the whole guild wars thing has been happening forever. It sounds like it's just been a thing for thousands of years.
Well, I don't know if there are wars before, because the first guild war hasn't happened yet. So yeah, they're in competition with each other in some cases.
I guess like hostilities then. Sorry, not war.
Possibly. Or maybe they're not even that hostile yet, because like I mean,
it literally
a guild
says it
could
in the
be
blog
like
post. that was the word. that you
Yeah.
used.
okay.
Sorry.
Well, then there you go.
I would like to
The
know.
girls
Those
are
are
fighting again, darling. The girls are fighting when we arrive. Yes.
I'd like to know. Hopefully, we get to find out about the hostilities. I mean, we will obviously. An Order of the Veil is who we are a member of, which would be lovely to talk about later. But Kroof, sorry, I interrupted. That was...
Yeah, we can probably go down to, I mean, I guess the last little blip that I can read is just one of the setups is, I'll read 2 more paragraphs for this, but it's like right below the Zaitan picture.
Okay.
Or is connected to the disappearance of the human gods from our world, the origins of the guild wars themselves, and the name behind the entire franchise. It's also related to the rise of Grenth and the fall of Doom, as well as Abaddon's entire story arc, first explored in Guild Wars Nightfall. So many mysteries, untold stories, and questions across 21 years of Tales from Tyria all arise from Or before the exodus of the gods. Though there are massive mysteries and stories to explore, in total we've released a very little public lore about this timeline and location, generally asking more questions than we've answered over the years. That's kind of all for that section. That's important, probably.
Yeah. I mean, and then they go on to talk about just how, like, old fans as well as new are going to be coming into this this new game in a place where you're going to be able to find out a lot of the stories you may not know much about from the other games. I love this continuous referencing to the other games and how they're important, and so anyone new to the franchise is just gonna be like, ooh, I really like, it might be helpful if I go and play this to understand it. And then obviously I like Hall of Monuments and stuff, which is going to be really, really fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, there was something about that on the Twitch stream, which we can talk about later, because I've got some notes about that, which they had the weekend. On the Tuesday after some of the Games Fest, they did a live stream on Twitch. We'll talk about that in a bit. Is there anything here? I mean, there is stuff here. I mean, Aura is where we are. Aura is where we will be. It sounds like there was a hint that we may go out of Aura at times in the future, maybe, but obviously that's
Which
way
is
too
in the
early.
next section.
Yeah.
So if you want to read that, Jebro, that'll be a perfect setup to talk about it.
Wait, which or but before?
Yes, popcorn.
Oh dear. I loved the whole like play on words. That was lovely.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Hello, Clarice, my
This
friend.
better be good.
It's gonna be terrible. I've got dyslexia.
Do it.
Do
it.
You and me both,
It's
kiddo.
gonna be
Do it
fine.
in an Australian accent.
Oh, but this helps actually.
Oh.
The
They won their
timeline we
match against
chose for
Turkey.
Guild Wars 3 is incredibly
pretty good.
exciting for us to build. Sorry. A storyline and setting that focuses on just one region of the world is a big shift from the previous Guild Wars games at launch and a very intentional decision for us. In the past, we've told a lot of stories where the stakes kept getting bigger and bigger, often centered around threats that spanned the entire world. And sometimes outside a little bit, tiny bit, maybe fractals. Those stories, and the myths, have been an important part of Guild Wars, but as we started thinking about the future, we found ourselves more interested in a different kind of experience. Guild Wars 3 begins from a much more grounded place. On the ground. It's about
There you go.
it's a story about awe. You can glide though, so there's a little bit like there's a little bit off the ground.
We'll come back to that point. Might not be totally true.
Yeah. It's a story about awe, about the people who live there, and about a guild trying to find its place in a world that's full of opportunity, tension, and change. That doesn't mean the stakes are less compelling, it means they're closer and more personal. Instead of threats being distant or abstract, the things you do have a more immediate impact on the world around you. You'll see the results of conflicts play out in the places you spend time in. And over time, your relationship with those places, and most importantly, the people who live there, will start to evolve.
Huh.
Ooh.
Anything there
It
we want
sounds
to talk
like-
about?
So I mean that paragraph, the last paragraph, sounds a lot like the manifesto from Guild Wars 2, in that with the dynamic events that they first created, it was they were promising to let you see the world change as you did things, essentially. And I have no doubt that they have advanced past that for Guild Wars 3 in some way. So I do want to see what they mean in this case. So I have a feeling it's going to be a lot like some sort of phasing involved for world instances. Like you would, you save a farm, or farm gets attacked or something, and it actually stays attacked and destroyed, or some kind of conflict happens somewhere and you have to be involved in it somehow, and maybe a town gets the tower knocked over, and the tower stays knocked over. And you or like, more importantly, you're trying to help out. So like the things you do have an impact on the world. The things you save a farm, you come back to the farm, they say, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I have this for you now."
There's 5 sheep.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have to carry sheep around you wherever you go.
Yes. That poor seeker mount is going to be just encumbered.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
so-
there are huge amounts of sheep in the artwork. There's a
Yeah.
lot of sheep.
Yes.
There is a lot of
Love.
sheep.
Yeah.
It really does seem like they're trying to explain that the world is going to be a living world without using the words living world.
Drama.
Yours.
If we're bringing sheep into the play and like OG human farming livestock, does this mean we finally get the horse for a little bit?
Hansos?
Oh, because there are sheep in the
They're in the concept art.
concept
Yeah.
art. Yeah.
I mean, hey.
I
I
don't
would
think we
say
really
yeah.
see them anywhere else, do we?
Well, except for in
Are there
Talking
sheep
about
in Guild Wars?
sheep?
in Guild Wars 2. I like.
No, there are no sheep in Guild Wars 2.
sheep
The
are like
sheep are
baby,
very different.
Baby Doliacs look like sheep.
Yeah, but in the concert we have like
yeah, but that
woolly
looks like sheep. That
It
doesn't
You know,
look
that's
like a
sheep.
Right,
Doliac.
that's sheep. It's definitely sheep. And
Yeah.
the only time in Guild Wars 2 you have horses, I think, is Lunar New Year.
There is a sheep in Guild Wars too, but it looks
Oh my
like
God, that's
a horned
like a baby
kind of
Doliac.
Like a
cow.
ram.
It looks like a horned cow.
Yeah,
Oh.
Horned
Yeah,
cow.
I can bring it up for you.
they're not fluffy and white. They're like
no, they're not like sheep
lambs.
at all. That's a sheep in Guild
Yeah.
Wars.
So
Because I mean,
horned
like, if sheep
sorry.
disappear over time, maybe horses disappeared over time, and maybe
Oh,
No,
we'll
I think
see-
you're right. I think there will be
see
horses, there will
horse.
be sheep, and then when Abaddon releases magic into the world, they get transformed forever into Doliac
centaurs.
and centaurs.
Oh, there we go.
You just blew
Yeah.
my mind.
And nobody likes to
and
talk
it's
about
like,
it.
and it's like, quick, where's my notebook?
Yeah.
Let me write that
And it's like,
down.
wait, that's a great idea.
What's happening?
A
How
horse
did we
in
get-
sheep's clothing.
I don't know how. I'm
Okay.
literally showing it on the stream. I'm like, how did it get here? I mean, yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't
what
even.
was the original question?
I didn't have a point here. Actually, I don't.
Oh,
think...
I just said if there was sheep, yeah, or were we gonna get a
Sorry.
get a horse?
Oh
But-
yeah. Oh, the
I've
horse.
forgotten
the
completely
horse.
what we were talking
But
about.
I think we were
now, so-
talking about like how the events, might look a little bit
That's
more
right.
dynamic. Like you show up to a farm and maybe they have, and then the reward was sheep, which I think was what led to the
Oh.
tangent on sheep. But
Yeah.
to
Get your
kind of
first
play
mount.
off of that and to get back on the topic.
Are you sure, Angor?
I am-
We don't.
Yeah,
do you
well,
have any
look,
other
sheep are
animals you
actually
want to
my favorite.
introduce?
Sheep are actually my favorite animal, so I could talk about
Oh.
sheep all day. And there's a movie out right now called Sheep Detectives that
Oh, I
I'm
heard
like,
that's very
super
good.
anxious to see. If you want to go on a tangent about it, it's got like a bunch of big name actors. But anyway, my point was, my point was
I
to
know
circle
something
back
new about Angor
that
now.
if we're talking about more like dynamic events, I think it would be interesting because they mention, your relationship with those places and the people who live there. I'm kind of looking at that like as an individual player. Like, are they going to be able to shape my experience in the game differently than other player characters that are out there? And could I make
That's what I
multiple
thought.
characters then that experience different like storylines because
love
they're doing different things
Or because they're different
across the
class?
map.
Can
Like I could play
Or-
somebody like really evil and awful, and I could also play somebody like who's a saint, and have two different experiences as I play. I think that would
Kind
open
of
up
a
Can I
some
share a
little
fear?
bit.
experiences.
Go on, for
Yeah, yeah. Can I share a fear about this? So
Uh-oh.
Oh, a fear, not a theory. Okay.
well, I mean, I guess it's a
theory.
it's a
Both.
possibility,
Okay.
a scary possibility, depending on how they implement it, right? So
Okay.
the way that I've seen this implemented in other games is reputation. Like your
Yes.
character has a
Fornax,
reputation.
That's exactly what I was thinking when we were talking about this. Yes. Okay, go on. Sorry. Go,
Yeah, so
keep going.
so you
That's a fear.
yeah, so you can have a reputation with individuals, like on an individual basis, like Frank the Butcher. You are best buds with, you get the best cuts and all that business.
Did you just
Or
pick
you could have-
Frank the Butcher because of EastEnders? It's like Frank
don't-
Butcher.
who?
You remember Frank
Really?
Butcher in
No,
EastEnders?
sorry.
No? Okay.
No.
I was like, wow,
No,
EastEnders.
no.
Link there. Sorry, it's a
Sorry.
sitcom.
Only
It's
Anders
a
cares
sorry.
World of Ender.
I haven't watched terrestrial television since the 1840s. No, so and then you could have like a reputation with an entire village, right? So or an entire guild, which would then unlock different types of quests, different types of areas, different types of like shiny bits that you can gather.
Ooh.
And then I thought, oh, what about ESO? So you have like a specific quest line. So when you do a specific thing in game, you it's like how I would do it if I was like designing, because I'm like designing my own game now. So I've got some like. I've looked under the hood. It's fucking terrifying under there. But like you have a special item. So you go out into the world, you pick up a special item. This special item allows you to talk to an NPC who has a specific quest line for you. So you can go off, you can be a werewolf, you can be a vampire, you can, because you have this special item in your inventory, it gives you access to different things.
That's a guild thing
and,
as
and
well,
different
right?
quests in different areas.
You're literally
Exactly.
Yeah, so you belong to a guild and then you get extra abilities because you're a member of like the vampire. I guess, guild. It's not really a guild,
Yep.
but like, you know, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You get new abilities just based off of that, and you can transform into things. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That'd be
and
sick.
however far, so World of Warcraft is doing this right now. So I think it's called Renown. Renown. They have these massive Renown systems whereby you work your way through, and at each stage you get a different like cosmetic, and then you get access to different abilities. You get access to different quest lines. You get access. So my scary thing is I am not a fan of grinding. If
Not
I
red
have to
fire.
like grind my face on rep, like. The people who have like black insanity thing in World of Warcraft, whereby you have a reputation with one person and then it gives you enmity with another group, and then in order to get this title, you have to get exalted with both of them, and that kind of thing. Just no, I'd rather gouge my own eyes out with a rusty old spoon. So
I think. Well, I mean, obviously, Arena has already said that they. With this game, just like with every other game they've made, they like to try to respect players' time exactly.
Sure.
So I don't think there's going to be that unless it's something very optional. Like it won't be part of the story.
I feel like we've not had to do that much in Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars,
except for like legendary grinds, obviously. But
that's a choice, like you said, right? Like it's you don't feel like you have to do it. I mean, maybe sometimes because you're like, I really want the stat changes and stuff, but you can still get the gear for a lot cheaper that you want or need.
I definitely think it'll pull from Guild Wars 2's, what they've learned from developing this game. But I think it would probably be more similar to elements of like a personal story quest where you would choose between a couple different factions. Maybe instead of it's like Order of Whispers or Priory, maybe in the game you choose to kind of follow a god. If you're a human or if you're an Asura or a Coden, you have other elements that you can choose between just to keep it a little bit dynamic. I don't necessarily think it's going to be as like branching of a story as Guild Wars 2, but I think there will definitely be like images and phantasms and hauntings from the past of Guild Wars 2's development in Guild Wars 3.
Yeah, I wonder actually. Like this brings me to a funny point, but also a point is do you think the Guardians of the Veil have rep requirements? Like, do you have to continuously
like you have to work like in the story? You're like working up the ranks or something.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Like, are you allowed to join other guilds? Another question.
Well, no, because we're just members of the. I mean, well, actually, that is a good question.
You could be
like,
part of different guilds in
Guild Wars 2.
the other games, so I would imagine you could be.
That's when the Guild Wars
part of different guilds.
But is that like something that could be part of the storyline as well? Like, are you gonna? Are you looking at other guilds when you're in there?
If you
leave the Guardians of the Veil.
But if you're
I'm interested in the other guilds. That just spurred something in my mind.
But like you can't. But like with the hostilities growing and then the Guild Wars, it sounds unlikely that you'll be able to be in different guilds. Like I don't think we're gonna have. I don't actually think we will have guilds for communities in this. I think it will be something different.
What?
Ooh,
I think
What
it
do
will
you
be
think it'll be
something
called?
different. I don't.
Like it's just going to be called something different.
It would just be
like
called just something different.
war bands chart.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe it's like I don't know. What would you call like a
Subguild.
section of a guild? Like I don't even know what the name would be. I don't know. But it won't be a guild. A faction within the guild. Maybe is that what faction? Maybe I don't know. But
factions. I think factions was called factions because you had like the faction wars where it was like 3. You know the PvP.
Yeah, the
mode there.
Cursix Luxons.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really.
It'll be interesting to see how they do the community system, if they're going to call it guilds or not. But
that's a good point. They've done Cursix and Luxons in the past. Maybe they could bring that to Guild Wars 3. Like, obviously, it won't be Cursix and Luxons, but maybe they could.
I can't hear.
I can't hear Boots.
I
Boots,
can't hear
I
you,
think your
Boots.
microphone went.
No, I think.
Me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right. But that's a good question because they did Cursix and Luxons in Guild Wars 1, right? And you chose a faction, you did PvP based on that faction basically, and your entire storyline for the factions game was different because of it. They could bring something like that back. They could give you the choice of guilds and have you do whatever you want in that world.
You know, maybe the Wardens of the Veil is like a larger guild unit, but within that they have like special branches of interest with like. But they do mention like
maybe you're just in the guild
yeah.
to begin with, and like you have a choice at some point. You're like, I don't want to be in this guild anymore. They suck.
I mean, that could be a storyline, right? I mean, it could be a story.
You're like, y'all are terrible. You do not pass the vibe check. Goodbye.
Yeah, but like, if you think about it, like in Guild Wars, we all start in relatively one place, I guess, depending on, you know, I think the expansions, whatever. But like in Guild Wars 2, we all have starting cities. And starting zones. Like in this game, we're probably not gonna have that because we're all members of the same guild. But also, we don't know if we're gonna be a member of the guild when we even start. So we may even be applying, or we may be like seeking, or. But no, we are a member of guild. We're part of the Veil Guardians, right?
Yeah.
So they've already said
Yeah, that's what the trailer.
They said that.
It's literally in the trailer, yeah. So that's bullshit. But like, it would be cool to see. I would have actually liked to. Maybe even see the path of how we joined the guild in the first place, or if we were just born into it or whatever. I mean, I'm not sure about that.
I mean, maybe that's part of the opening
maybe
gambit of the story, right?
Maybe, that would be sick. Okay, there was other stuff in this. Okay, story.
Yes. The last part is very nice.
That doesn't mean part. The stakes are less compelling, or do we go further?
Oh yeah, that was a good part too.
Is that the part you're talking about?
personal.
Oh, the section below
the
Balthazar's
last
image.
paragraph.
Oh,
yeah.
Did
you read that?
Did we read it?
I could do it. We have
No, we didn't read it, but it has really good bits of information.
Boots
in
is
it.
chomping at the bit,
you can read
so
it.
you're
Yeah,
letting
yeah.
me-
this close to the
Do
microphone.
it, Boots. Do it.
Yes, the ASMR.
Okay.
My
Focusing
ears are
on
ready.
ore as our starting point also lets us approach the world in a different way. Although, is there popping sounds when I do this?
No. Carry on.
Okay.
You put pop
it to
rocks
do
in your
some
mouth,
more.
maybe.
You've got
Than
a
we have
pop
in the
shield
past.
on your mic, haven't you? That's what it's for.
Yeah, it's not really though. Anyway,
You sound
rather than spreading across multiple regions right away, we've been able to spend time going deeper, building a version of ore that's more layered, more detailed, more interconnected than anything we've done before. You'll find more seamless world, with fewer loading screens than previous Guild Wars games. It's a much more contiguous space, and as you'd expect, it's a world that we can continue to build on and evolve in meaningful ways as the game grows. I have these expectations of what the next world is going to be, and then I just go to it.
Do you want to talk about this section first, or you want to read the whole thing?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay. So ore being a starting, it does say they do say focusing on ore as our starting point. Infers
So I think that's,
to me that there will
it sounds like
hopefully.
this.
I mean, you're jumping ahead, but the last sentence in this blog post kind of confirms that.
True.
Yep.
True.
Oh, right. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. It's very true. It's literally the like two of.
But it does kind of
5, 6
also
lines
mean
there.
that this whole first game will be just ore.
Yeah, which I would be fine with.
Yeah.
It's the. So, there is an expectation of a lot of verticality because we've got the wall riding, running, whatever we're calling it. And then we've got the potential of gliders, and then we've got that kind of big, massive creature thing. And travel, is. This is my thing about this because I'm like. In Guild
What's your
Wars
thing,
2,
Jebro?
my thing in Guild Wars
What's your
2
thing?
is like ore is like it's pretty big, but the way we run around it, it doesn't take that long really. I mean they're huge zones, right? And I'm not saying that. I guess is a lot of ore still under this water, and there's
There's nothing underwater.
There's there's nothing else.
No.
There's
It hasn't
ruins
gone
underwater
like
though.
a 1,000 years before Abaddon used Vizekilbron to sink ore.
So it hasn't been sunk.
Oh no, I think
years.
are you talking about ore in Guild Wars 2, like how there
Or in
were
Guild
still
Wars 2.
parts of it
Yeah.
left
Sorry.
underwater,
Sorry,
so the
yeah.
satellites
Oh.
were
I'm talking about
smaller.
Guild Wars 2.
Oh.
Sorry, yes.
It's
Sorry.
okay, y'all. I
Sorry.
speak Jebro.
Thank you.
I
Sorry,
understand.
You do. You've known me for a long time.
Sorry.
But
I'll
also,
be
it's
more
quite a
clear.
few maps, right? Or it's quite a few maps,
It's
and if
3
they
maps,
stitch it
it's
all
gonna be
together,
4.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like if you
I don't
think
know if
about
that's original ore. There's also the new map, Sirens, whatever, rather.
Siren's Landing.
Yeah.
True.
And then the next
Yeah.
one to
True.
come.
And there is more of it that we haven't really. I guess there is more of it. I'm going to pull them up actually. But
Yeah,
I think
there's a
me
lot
which
of
is
like blank space around the Orion maps.
True.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Which to me, like when I look at Guild Wars 2 maps, I kind of like to think of them as like this is the hub of the area. We're not really getting like all of the rest of the sandwich. We're just getting the meat like right in the middle of this map. But I like when Tyria is described, it's usually much larger and more vast. So I'm hoping Guild Wars 3 that'll be a more accurate representation of that, where we might have
It's in red.
the meat and potatoes, but then you can spread way out. Yeah, I'm using food as a metaphor.
And what spread are you using,
Somewhat
Angle?
hungry.
on my sandwich?
Yeah.
I mean,
skip
so
spread.
pickles, obviously. I like
Pickles is a spread?
and a really good cheese. Yeah. Oh, the spread. Oh, we're talking about spread, like
Yeah.
okay, mayo.
Oh yeah, look, the center of
Mayo.
ore is missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you
Not
look at the
chili
map,
Yeah.
I'm
I mean-
wondering about this here. Like, I mean, I know this isn't the Guild Wars 2 official kind of like, this is another map. I'll reference where this is from in the description. There is a central piece there, and then we've got some of the story south. I mean, I can't remember that. Oh no, I can. That's a lie. Is this section on the southeast? If you're on the stream or if you're watching the video, is this part of ore over here? If you can see my mouse,
Yeah.
This is part of ore here.
Oh, down past the little
The southeast
land bridge.
because there's like land here, and then there's like,
I don't think so.
part of
No idea.
ore? I mean, we don't.
Nobody ever talks about that piece of land.
None of this is actually currently.
I would say it's
Clear.
more, maybe parts of it could be considered like enough of ore, but I definitely
like
is
at
like
the
the
outskirts.
bridge to the Scavenger's Causeway, which
Oh,
at this
okay.
time in the lore I think might be underwater because it's the Crystal Sea and not the Crystal Desert. I don't know if the Scavenger's Causeway is considered a part of that region, or if it is still actually just like in this time period accessible land, or if it's underwater or not. I'm not sure about that, but we'll have to see.
Interesting, because I'm wondering about like this part here, like because there is ruins like in Malkor's Leap, Kershaw. There's some along here.
I mean, they can start this as like a jumping off point, right? They
Yeah.
don't have to go, this is the extent of ore.
Of course,
Because really,
Of
if you
course,
look at
yeah.
that like victory and death section, that could just be like the city area. And if you think about an entire continent, especially with mounts in the game from the start, it should feel vast, right?
Yeah.
It should feel vast. And that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to, the contiguous nature of it. Because I think one of the things that I mean, it's not, I would prefer a open world rather than all these like squared off little sections that we get to. And I think that's just a legacy of the engine that they chose. And I think Guild Wars, the original like Reforged, had that kind of feeling to it as well. So maybe they were trying to kind of have some continuity. But I am looking forward to actually exploring a world that feels like a world in the Guild Wars universe. And I think it's going to be extraordinary.
Yeah,
And also the fact that it's a floating city. Holy shitballs. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that the Guild Wars 3 representation of ore is going to just
Its own
be
thing.
a gigantic, like,
Yeah.
it'll dwarf, sorry not to trigger you, Jebro, but it'll dwarf Guild Wars 2's representation of ore. I think it's going to be,
nothing
as what
else,
Engel was saying, a true kind of lore accurate scale, especially from the in-game shot that we got. There's like, we don't know, that could just be one slice of ore, but you see like the mountains in the background, the snow-capped mountains, you see like the marshlands and jungle areas. It really seems like it's going to be something completely new because we only see it ruined. So it'll be a fresh canvas for them to paint on and really create a fantastical continent.
I feel like, yeah, in terms of how your character feels in the world versus Guild Wars 2, you'll feel like 5 times smaller, basically.
Probably,
Yeah.
if not 10.
I hope so. I hope so, though.
Yeah.
Fornax, you're an evil person and fired.
It's been coming for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, they're basically dwarfs in this game in one shape or form. I'm just gonna be sad if
Hey, look. I swear, I would bet your left nut that that little guy's
mine.
with the ultra valve.
You get to bet mine.
Obviously.
I too would also bet.
Obviously.
Are they
Dude,
yours
I'll
by
bet you're right,
default?
Matt.
Like, what the fuck? I
bet
did
for
not
scrotum?
consent to this.
Yes, you can.
Oh, wow.
I kind of like the left one. Can I not give you
Welcome
the
to
right
biology.
one?
Scrambling for something to bet on now. I don't know if I have very many things left to choose
The
from.
right one
There's one
hangs
more thing.
significantly lower, so you can take that one.
Sweet.
Welcome to Empyrean Biology 101.
We're offering it up to the gaming gods for the dwarves. Please accept
I'm
it.
sweating a little bit, you guys.
We're
Calm
talking
down,
pure
Engel.
anatomy.
We
It's
know what
fine.
it
Yeah, we
takes
gotta
now.
stop.
Just balls.
We gotta stop. We can't let Angles. We can't let
Oh, boy.
Engelbert sweat.
Yeah. I can't sweat. My doctor said
That's
no,
true.
no
Oh,
sweat.
yeah,
my
shit.
I was going to say, you're not Prince Andrew, are you? Holy shit.
But Boots,
Oh,
if you want to wrap
no.
up the last few sentences, there's actually
right, sorry.
even more juicy,
Yeah.
theory crafting
Okay.
that we can do.
Where
Is it as
am I?
juicy as the left nut,
game?
though? That's the
Give us
thing.
that spicy poutine,
Matt.
darling. Spicy poutine.
Poutine. The game systems and content are designed depth.
Oh,
We lost you
World
for a
is
second. You
designed-
have to
Hold on.
start again, Boots.
Wait, what am I doing?
We lost you
it
for a
roboed
second.
out.
Okay, I'm starting again. Can you hear me now?
I think it's
Yeah.
lag.
Yours.
I don't think it's the actual mic. I think it's something's lagging in the call. But it's okay.
The game systems and content are designed to deliver gameplay depth. The world is designed to reward curiosity, exploration, and most of all, return visits where you can find entirely new experiences in places your character has previously adventured.
There was like French
Oh.
and Russian
Hey,
accents in
si
there.
c'est si bon, si c'est si bon.
Sorry.
4 is where you're beginning this journey, not where it ends. As we look to the future, we're excited about the opportunity to expand our horizons and explore more of Tyria in this era, both the places you already know and others we've only ever hinted at before.
Ever meaning
Canto
the game's-
confirmed.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Cantha we know is a thing.
I was
right?
gonna say Utopia.
Cantha was
Yeah.
around.
Could be
back
Utopia.
then.
But this is the
That's
places
okay.
you already know. So, like,
They're
It's
saying-
places you know in
they're
Well, and
saying-
hinted
Tyria.
at.
It said
Right, like
places
the
you know in
hinted.
Tyria.
Yeah, yeah,
Utopia
yeah.
isn't in Tyria.
yeah, but that doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it's a portal that the gods have, like that they just take us there. We get to go there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe we'll go to the domain of the winds.
Oh,
Oh.
shoot! That
I-
would be sick.
I would
it though?
love that. Tengu playable race,
What?
please. I will literally bet my left nut for Tengu. That's how dedicated I am to this cause.
And I will
I mean,
bet
there's
you're
every
right.
chance.
Take it,
There's
Arena.
every chance.
I will give you mine as well if you put dwarves in. I don't care. I'm not gonna have kids anyway.
I'm gonna hang on to my
That's
nuts.
all right.
What must we offer at this sacrificial altar?
Boots. We're just gonna
but
offer boots.
I think
take
I
boots.
think-
You can
do
take my
your-
firstborn, but she is actually married. I don't know whether her partner would agree. Yeah.
not your kidney. Not your
That's just-
kidney.
Not that
Give my
much.
gallbladder and my appendix.
Um,
Sorry.
I
You can
think
eat it.
that
It's healthy.
aside from like possible theory crafting that we can always do in terms of where we would want to see next, I think this is great messaging to instill a sense of trust that they might already have an idea of where they're going to go beyond Ore, and at least have something mapped out within story that is already indicative of an expansion. One of the weaker parts of Guild Wars 2 was actually like after launch. We didn't know what was happening. Like Living World was very early days. We didn't know how consistent that was going to be, where it was leading. And I think that yeah, right guys, like every 2 weeks it was a really sustainable content cycle, y'all.
Yeah.
But it really left the players with a sense of unease, which is, I think, one of Guild Wars 2's biggest downfalls at the time. So I'm very happy to see that they might have learned from that and said that, you know what, we don't want to have players guessing with what they're going to do next. So maybe expansions are going to come like somewhat more consistently out the gate, maybe more like updates that we can be rely upon. But I think it's really good to get that messaging out there.
Yeah,
I agree.
indeed.
Yes.
Okay.
But where would y'all want to
Also,
go?
battle passes. Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
So I still
Yeah,
want
battle
to,
pass.
I'm so interested in the storyline of the gods themselves.
Yeah.
So I do want, I don't, I'm getting less and less sure that the gift of magic is going to happen in the first game. In the release of Guild Wars 3, I think it's got to happen in one of the expansions at least, or at the end of the game. I'm not sure, but I'm interested in knowing where the gods come from. So like, yeah, Utopia, you guys were talking about. I would love to see. Well, they could change it completely because they never released the whole Project Utopia situation. So, but yeah, where do they go? I like to see that. I like to follow them into the mists, and because I think they're. My headcanon is they're kind of like Tomb Raiders, interstellar Tomb Raiders, / Galactus. And anyway, I'm interested in the gods.
Is that because you want the space element in Guild Wars 3?
Well, I think it's because I feel like so many stories have been told on Tyria. And I feel like I kind of get it. I get Tyria now, and I love Tyria, and I like being in Tyria, but there's so much mystery to what's outside of Tyria that I kind of want to delve into that as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm still very much on like the Nyos train. I love that they introduced a different realm. The ideas of Utopia really speak to me, and I think I share a lot of similar ideas with you, Boots. So I'd agree.
I'm just really interested in Ors. I think just Or itself.
Yeah.
I'm just like seeing the majesty of it, and because we're witnessing a very different time where there's, they've talked about, like, in the video that we're going to talk about soon, Bobby talks about the farming and all these different things. Like the very, you're going to witness like a lot of people just building up a community and a world, and it's all kind of, it's a little bit less intense like it is when you start in Guild Wars 2. Like when you start in Guild Wars 2 as a char, for example, you're basically defending your home like immediately, and I think this might be a little bit more of a, we're not going to have those huge massive threats, sure, but like I think there's so much, it's just, I think it's going to be a beautiful area, a region, sorry, not world, because they're really focused on that. And I think every time I play Guild Wars 2, and when you have to go back to Ore now because of the, there's Game Fest achievements which aren't really on for that long. I think it's just a week. They may have run out by now, actually. I'm not sure.
I think it's the 15th, so I think it's tomorrow. 15th?
Oh, okay. So if you haven't done that and you're watching live, make sure you go into War, because it doesn't take long.
The 20th.
I don't know.
What was it?
I think the achievements are going until the
actually-
20th. But they're going like, I think, almost the whole month or something, a good amount of time.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Okay.
You just got to go there, do 3 events, and then go and do some baby events in, like, the starting areas, which is really easy to do. And then you get some nice shoulders, you get some other things. But, going back there is, realizing that the ore areas, the maps, were some of my favorite in the, like, core Guild Wars 2 for sure. I mean, they were so huge, and like you just saw these hints of just like this culture and civilization that's just been lost to us. It's really like, I mean, like, I love history, right? Like I'm a big historic kind of buff just in the world, and like having the opportunity to go back in time and really witness this place in its, maybe its peak, I guess, in a way, or the peak before the fall. Yeah.
Chat is when it is so peak.
It's gonna be cool.
Well,
I'm excited just for
It's
Aura.
described as the Golden Age. It's described as the Golden Age.
Yeah.
Not the Gilded Age.
That would,
Scary.
So
No, that's
cool.
what we're living through. It's
Yeah.
the golden age for them. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Nice to witness.
Fuck.
And just the gods, interacting just like with the gods in these areas as well.
Yeah,
like,
just
you know,
chatting with
pop
them.
up. I mean,
Mm.
maybe.
Had it back and forth.
But I'm also just I'm so excited to see Ore. I really just could echo what you said, Jebro. It's going to be such a fun experience to see the origins of a lot of that. But they also mention very heavily that while it is a time to explore things that they've mentioned before, it's also an opportunity to have completely new characters, completely new conflicts that have never been mentioned. And I think that'll feel really cool because Ore is something we have no like we have never experienced it in its height, so it might feel like a genuine like different game, taking elements that are familiar to Guild Wars players like magic and the gods and spirits, but feeling like it could be like set in another world almost.
I do.
So I'm very
I do
excited
also
about that.
like how from Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, they tried hard in a lot of cases to map out Guild Wars 2's world in a way to have Guild Wars 1 landmarks visible and like a nice little nostalgia point for us to like walk through and experience again. Or like, you know, in Lion's Arch, you go underneath and you can see the old Lion's Arch from back then.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Ore the way it was originally, with the knowledge of what it is now in mind, like like what we know Ore to be now, and seeing what it was originally. That's going to be nice.
Yes.
if they do the parallel properly. Yeah.
Maybe
Which I think they will. They're always so good at throwing those little Easter eggs and special touches in for like the lore nerds. Like just like a love letter to the other games. So I'm equally as excited, Boots, about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I want to throw this in, whether or not it's, you know, related whatsoever, because I was just doing a little bit of research and I was searching Guild Wars and then Veil, and then I'm just putting this in because I want it to be a thing, just in case it becomes a thing. That we knew something about, that there was a Veil Guardian, maybe just like kind of in the, that was still around, a character called Veil who's in Guild Wars. And the interesting thing about this was that, you know, I'll read it straight from the Guild Wars wiki. I don't remember this character because I can't remember anything. Veil is a mysterious mercenary who seems to know a lot about your character and who randomly appears as an ally. Like, you don't really know much about him. He's just called Veil. And my thoughts were, he's in Eye of the North as well, by the way, in Guild Wars, not Guild Wars 2. And it was just interesting to just as it was just a fluke. It was just like, you know, a Google search, like, you know, it was nothing, it wasn't in depth, it wasn't hard to get to. I'm sure many people have searched Veil Guild Wars, right? His favorite color is orange. It is, Maddie. Yes.
I know it isn't actually. It's not. Read below. It's not orange.
Wait, what?
Madagon is giving false information in chat.
Oh yeah, it's literally sage green.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Did you know that, Madagon? Or were you just being
Maddie.
you're like, did you know that? Like, or did you know that was a line in it? That would be funny.
Subversive in the chat. There's a subversive in the chat. Be careful.
That is really
This is
random.
propaganda. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh, you have a Google machine. Okay, fair enough.
Maddie is lying to you. Don't believe anything he says.
And he talks about like the fact that like he's done so much stuff. Like he's been to the Jade Sea, Jungles of Maguna, like Desolation,
Maguna.
etc. Maguma, sorry, Maguna. Maguna? I don't know why I said that. And knows all of
Don't
these
Google
very-
that. Yeah.
Maguna.
I don't know what that is. I feel like I should now. I'm not going to Google it on this screen. All right, it's fine.
Good.
In a minute when I go back to the cameras. But they know a lot of people. I don't know whether or not this is relevant. Maybe there's someone that's been around forever and is trying to change the like different parts of time, but you end up being in this this char quest, which seems quite important to the game. So I can't remember him, so maybe it's not. But just an interesting thing. I think someone else mentioned they had thoughts about this and they found this as well. So
Oh yeah, he's gonna be. He's actually immortal, and he's E in Guild
there you
Wars
go.
2.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I just
I
wanted
do
to pop that in there.
think
That's all.
they would have done some research on this. There might actually be some credibility to this because it's literally spelled Vale Warden is spelled the exact same way as Vale's name, which is a
is.
very interesting way to spell it. VAEL.
I think it's just that fantasy games love using AE.
There could be, but I think they would have checked. They would have at least gone to the wiki to say, like, is this indicative of a character that we already have?
Yeah.
Would that cross with some lore that we have? And it seems like the way that he's traveled around and is like a shadow deteria, you know, he could be a little bit of a, they might do a callback or explore this character in some regard.
Yeah, I wonder.
Okay.
But yeah,
Exactly.
Is this
more
another,
so-
like-
Kent.
Is this a Scepter of Ore situation like Livia? He like has
Ooh.
immortality with this, and that's why he's in Eye of the North, but then, you know, eventually gets handed to
Maybe.
Livia or something. I don't know.
So this is the head of the Vale Wardens. They are Vale's wardens. They're his wardens,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
they just work
I
for
mean,
him.
My
Yeah.
my like reference to this is more so his presence than this character specifically. I think it's more like the mysteriousness of this person and that they know so many people, and it feels like they've been around many different places, and it just sounds like they have a lot of experience.
Jebro, I think you should
don't know.
scroll down and read
Yeah.
some of his lines. So scroll down and have you ever heard the song "Sympathy for the Devil" by the Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like that. Some of his lines. He
Oh.
goes, "I've done it. I've been from here to the Jade Sea and back again. Traveled the jungles of Meduguma and survived the sulphurous waste of the desolation. I know, blah 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 blah." He was there when Prince Rurik left, or whatever. What was it? What does it say there? I can't read it from this distance.
Wait, which bit?
He talks about Prince Rurik and how he was there with Prince Rurik when they left, when you know,
okay.
the bad stuff happened.
I'm trying to-
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe he is.
You gotta go back to E. Okay.
Or secret third option.
What about Or?
He's full of shit.
He could
Could be. Could be.
Maybe he could just be.
Means he was
Yeah.
eating
Owns
good.
nothing.
Yeah.
He's just wants
Or
our
an
attention.
unreliable narrator, as we like to call people who are full of shit. Yes.
It could just be
Fine.
one of those where he's like, you know, the Veil Guardians existed and he knew, and he just wants to, you know, he wants attention. So he was like, yeah, we'll put this guy in. So in the future they'll talk about it on a brilliant and amazing podcast where there will be thousands upon thousands of views.
He does say Vale isn't his real name, though.
He does.
Yeah. So why does he choose Vale?
Exactly.
Maybe
Maybe he
that's
just
just-
knows about the Vale Guard.
Maybe it was
That might just be
Lissa
it.
disguised, and Lissa just was bored and was like, I'm
Ah,
gonna call back to the Vale Wardens and just name myself Vale.
yeah.
It's true. I want to jump to another statement that was in the post, and it was, I'll quote this directly. The game systems and content are designed to deliver gameplay depth. The world is designed to reward curiosity, exploration, and most of all, return visits, where you can find entirely new experiences in places your character has
Yes.
previously adventured. This was a big thing I wanted to highlight, because we don't get that at the moment in the game.
No,
Really, in
no.
the games we play.
It's very cyclical.
Yeah. So what do you think
Chronomancy.
this would, I have
means
many thoughts
phasing.
to this, but I want to, I think
That means
I think
phasing.
so,
You could-
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Say
means
more.
you do a quest or something. Oh, quests. Maybe quests are in the game.
I hope so.
Fucking hope so, mate. I'm Jesus.
But you
It's
do
another
something.
achievement bug thing. I have to look
Take
for a
my
thing.
money. Take
I'll
my money.
just-
Just give me
yeah.
a little fucking
Have a
exclamation
journal. Even in Guild Wars 2, just like take those achievements and put them
Oh
in
my
the journal.
So you do a thing. We're not going to call it quests. We'll call it a thing for now.
Doing a thing sounds a little bit more
save,
Do the
ominous.
things.
you save some peeps. You leave. There's a timer built into the game that says 6 days later in game days, if you come back, something else happens. It remembers what you did.
If they time, what's the
Yeah.
thing?
Well, because it's
I
not going to
do
be
that.
immediate. You're not going to be able to go do something and then immediately come back and say, "Oh, you saved me!
Well,
Congratulations!"
I mean, they do that in World of Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online. They phase maps depending on your progress. So other things have
yeah,
progressed.
but they're gonna
in the
they're gonna
story.
try to make it feel realistic, so they're gonna give a timer into it.
They'd probably do something like the daily system, if that. If there was going to be any type of like transformation.
I mean, it doesn't have to be literal 6 days. I mean, it could just be like phasing and then like cutscene 6 days later, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you do it.
Did you think that my 6 days was?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
As alcohol,
I
and
on
we're
the
not
second
sponsored.
day, God, great, yeah.
I do think those instances would
yeah.
probably be more tied to like a personal story rather than like out in the open world. I do think they'll probably utilize phasing technology without a doubt in regards to certain, like I know World of Warcraft does it plenty, but
how
in
about
regards to
something
like
new?
chronology of the actual story, I feel like that would be a little bit trickier to have en masse. Maybe small examples of it, but if it was always like that, everyone would kind of just be in different timelines.
Yeah.
And would be kind of tricky.
It would be tricky.
I mean, if we're all going to end up there anyway.
One of the things I was thinking about as they've kind of rolled out announcements about 3 was that if we're experiencing different things as we go back through the same areas, is right now like Guild Wars 2, we can look up a guide and it'll say, find this guy. If you stand here on the map, eventually an event will spawn. So what I'm hoping for, or what this means, is that like I get a quest per se, and it's like go out and find so and so, and I actually have to work to find so and so. I can't just like go and look it up on a guide, and maybe it's just more of like a wider experience. But he could be in this town, he could be in that town, he could be in the middle of the woods. But that's kind of what I'm thinking, is maybe not necessarily like everything is phasing, but like there are different things that are going to happen in my area, and maybe they just kind of like move around, or like people are living almost.
That'd be nice.
Well, like, can you say a little bit more? I'm a bit confused.
Just
Sorry.
like
She doesn't want the wiki to be the be all end all of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't
see,
like. I don't
see.
want it to be personally. I don't want it to be like obviously I think guides are important, and and for folks who have trouble like figuring stuff like that out, maybe it needs to be more in a general area. But I would really like it to be like, if we're experiencing the game as something dynamic where I have new experiences as I go through certain areas, like I'd say I walk the same path one day and then I walk it again the next day, but the NPCs I encounter on that path maybe are different. They're moving around the map. Maybe then the experiences I have with that NPC along that path, they might be the same experiences I have with that same NPC when they're sitting in town, but they're like moving. They're not like
when they're moving around.
just standing there waiting for you.
I
Yeah,
see,
so you're thinking they're
Sure.
saying that the next time you
Yeah.
come back somewhere, you have a different experience, is not because you've done something and now something's changed. You think you're hoping that it's more just the world is a more randomized experience.
Maybe.
Well, I do
in
think there are
addition.
ways to do what you're saying as well. Like the game remembers like some of the things that you've done, and maybe certain things stay destroyed for a while, or
why not both?
and then the community has to rebuild it, or I don't know, like bigger ways of thinking of that. But I would like to see it be more like naturally dynamic, if that's what they're talking about here.
I think that's a.
I just
Fornax.
sorry.
No.
I've experienced this in role-playing games. For example, the game that I'm completely obsessed with at the moment is called Little Witch in the Woods. It is as far from a action RPG as is humanly possible to get. It's a pixel art based. It's a Korean game, and but it's a role-playing game whereby the villagers that you interact with have a life. They will be a different type. They go to work. Yeah. They have stuff that they like to do in in the evening. You have to know them to know where the fuck they are so that you can find them to talk to them. And you just have to know them. I think in Potion Permission, which is also another RPG game where the NPCs have lives, you have a little dog where you can go find Frank the butcher. Sorry, Frank, I'm bothering you a lot today. And then the dog will take you to Frank, because Frank could be anywhere. He could be at the bookshelves. He could be out like at the shop. He could be. They're just living their lives. Yeah, anywhere but the butcher shop. Yes, definitely. And I love that. I love the idea, and also like, for example, if they have a good enough like intelligence on their script, the character should be able to recognize how many times you've spoken to them. You can have that. So your first conversation is this, where you have this conversation. Your second conversation is this, and as the tree branches, as you visit them, as you build a relationship with them, then you can get to know them, and it can change, and the story can evolve through that way. So it doesn't have to be reputation grinding.
You want Guild Wars 3 to be Stardew Valley.
I was just thinking starting with.
Don't at me. Okay.
It is a nice way to reward
I'm here
people
for that.
for more story, and we kind of see it, at least an idea of it, even with their repeatable hearts in their recent expansions, where at least the text is like, if you do these, you'll get different types of rewards, and it'll change a little bit. It doesn't really hit the scale where it's noticeable right now, but maybe that is something they are looking to explore more in Guild Wars 3.
I would imagine that through these last couple of expansions, they've been testing some of these, some of these
to see
things
if people,
on us.
like their reaction.
Correct. Yeah.
Go on.
It's kind of aspirational to like have an experience where you never walk in the same river twice. That is like almost impossible.
I would say so.
But if you think, what if they have seasonality? What if they have seasonality so that different things happen at different times of the year, different times of the day? You can have that. If you've ever gone fishing in Final Fantasy 14, you know the pain of which I can speak. Jesus Christ.
Sounds like a system you really want to have in the game. Are you okay?
I wouldn't expect this.
PTSD from Final Fantasy.
I wouldn't expect this to be like such a huge scale, but like that could be really interesting even for like enemy encounters, where like with the spirits of the wild, we know they're out there, and if the spirits are even like tapped into, if there is a seasonal system or weather, that could change combat. Maybe certain spirit entities become more ice resistant or more fire resistant, and it would maybe change. I wouldn't want it to be like the most foundational part of combat, but those could just be like little embellishments for certain enemy types to make them even more dynamic.
What if it's Guild Wars 3, but it's like a strange hybrid version of like Pokemon, whereby we have to go out and capture all these different spirits. You got to catch them all, like a little bit of Ash Ketchum.
Would be skill collection.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Jesus, no.
And there were those imps in the concept art, the Death Imp and the Balthazar Imp.
I'm on board with everything.
And you
Fornax
see
is
the
saying.
art.
I think we gotta do. It's gonna be. You're gonna have seasonality, night and day stuff. It's gonna be building relationships with people as you go along. Hopefully, romantic relationships. Let's just say. And
It's Fable.
And then I think that the whole thing is the Veilguard eventually needs to rebuild the community center of Ore.
And have lawn bowling.
Farming, we got to make sure to take care of the crops, and there's sheep. We've talked about the sheep, so we know there's our farm animals.
I love how
you did the supermarket, didn't you? You bastard! I can see it looking smiling. You did the supermarket. You sold out. You sold out, Professor Poutine.
I'll tell you this: I have played Stardew Valley over, I want to say, like 6 times. Never to the supermarket. Not once.
Good boy. Okay.
All right.
Oh, it's forgiven.
I love that out of everything you could have imagined for the game in terms of systems and what was the quote again? Entirely new experiences and places your character has previously adventured. This is where we were, and this is where we went to, and we ended up in supermarkets and sheep.
To be fair,
I would play
to be fair,
so much Guild Wars Valley, it's not even funny.
Yes,
I honestly, I would spend months on it. So
we're joking, but wouldn't an MMO Stardew Valley Guild Wars hybrid be the best thing ever?
We'll put that into the social element of the MMO and like have the homesteads and the crop tending be there. That's another thing. I do hope that they have some form of player housing and decor from the jump, because we see it in Guild Wars 2. I think that it's been a very successful part of MMOs recently, especially with World of Warcraft, and with a modern engine and a Guild Wars fantasy with really cool looking flora and fauna. You know, people would maybe put a lot of money in it.
Potentially.
Our own homestead, our own farm with the sheepies.
And
oh my god!
The Coden are there.
Yes!
The Lode and Coden are there, so maybe it's the homesteading
Can
life.
I invite an NPC that I have a romantical relationship to live in my homestead with me? Because then
I mean,
you're
that's
fulfilling all of my hopes and
that's
dreams.
definitely like a new adventure. The discovery and exploration and curiosity of another person. I mean, that can.
And then at
I mean,
the end
you
of
know,
this game, that we've built this beautiful farm, and we've rebuilt the community center, and had a relationship, had kids. Then Abaddon releases Magic to the world.
The dating sim, date everything.
And
but
then
Guild
the
Wars 3.
Elden Ring era begins, right?
Yes.
I mean, I think in any game, especially live service games, you kind of have to hit that broad spectrum of every type of player, where it's like the casual and then the really hardcore, like edgy, grungy dungeon runner, boss killer. I wouldn't expect that to go away in Guild Wars 3, and I just think they'll be able to do it a lot better.
I have a question, Kroof.
That worries me.
When you say edgy dungeon runner, why did you have to add in grungy into the script?
Because you get a little dirty rolling around in the mud trying to dodge attacks. I didn't wash. I didn't shower either. Because I'm gonna go out and do it again tomorrow, so there's no point in showering.
Yeah, fair enough.
Lots of flannel.
Is that how you're
that's for
living
sure.
your life, Kroof?
Doubtful.
I plead the
have you
fifth.
seen their Instagram?
Okay, I won't.
Like, let's be real.
Hey, I mean, I literally have spent so many hours just on Reddit and being a Discord kid, and I can't figure out how to bathe in my schedule. It's a hard
It's
life.
difficult. Okay.
Anybody want to buy my bath
Follower of
water?
Asmund Gold. Oh my god. Oh, wow.
Please, run us through.
I
Anybody.
would sell Jebra's left nut to have your bathwater.
Everyone just wants to abuse my nuts. Please leave a comment below. Like, please leave a comment below. What would you give my left nut for?
It is Pride
In the
Month. It
world.
is Pride Month.
It is Pride Month.
Yeah.
Happy
That
Pride,
being said, everyone,
Absolutely.
Yay.
Do practice hygiene. It's a good way to respect yourself and others around you out in the world. Is very important. Take a
Do wash
washcloth and
your
get
nuts.
behind your ears.
Do wash
And
your
it's not.
nuts.
It's Pride Month. It is therefore not gay to get into the crevices that some certain people are like. I am not going to do that.
It's
Anyways,
not gay if it's in the freeway. Sorry.
what?
Have you not
You're
heard
doing
that
it
song?
under?
I think it depends
Why?
on the
What
freeway.
are you doing under a freeway late at night, Jebro?
Or is it on the freeway?
Yes, I know I can't say my THs very well. But really?
Wait,
No,
did you-
please.
It's
Oh,
him and his
no.
Freeway.
Oh, you actually thought I meant a freeway.
freeway.
Great.
Everyone
It's not
Jebro's
gay
just
if it's
out
in a
on the
freeway.
side of a highway.
Everyone in
I
chat
think
thought you
it's
said
deaf if
freeway.
you're in the middle of a freeway.
Said freeway. That's why I was like,
I
what are you
heard
doing under a
freeway.
freeway? I heard freeway.
Everyone heard
was.
freeway.
I said freeway, but not that kind of freeway.
Oh gosh.
Can you imagine
Yeah,
that? You
I'm
just
gonna-
like
I
hanging
gotta
out.
go
And you're just
pee.
like,
I'm gonna-
I really want to have a freeway, and then you just got a freeway there, and you just like got one.
Right there. The freeway's right there. Just drive on the freeway.
And Kroof is going to go and have a long, hard think about that. We'll get to find out how long that takes. Sorry.
He's gonna long hard think.
With an F. Think. I can't.
Oh
I
my
can't. I have to say this to my clients. Literally, like it's part of my intro session. I'm like, I am from Northeast London, so sometimes, and so sorry, I can't say my THs, and it makes them laugh every time.
Northeast London, that's like Kensington? No. Where's
What? No.
How
It's
far-
like Arsenal, Tottenham.
okay.
Finsbury
That
Park.
far. All right.
Yeah.
Just a
I
southern
would say
thing.
that's- Yeah.
They're inferior to us northerners, you see. We can say our TH.
Sure. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How bad has that gotten? Like, this was obviously a very funny situation, but has there ever been like a really big misunderstanding because of you
Yes.
using F instead of TH?
All the time. It's weird.
Okay, I want.
Like they don't know if I'm saying free or 3.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I had that the other day.
What?
That's what
I
just
have no
happened, yeah,
idea
that's
what
exactly
you
what
were
just
trying to differentiate between.
Exactly. 3 or free. Like the number 3 or free. As if you know what I mean. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's funny actually.
Oh,
Jebro
God.
has been calling the Crichton Herald Fornax this entire time. We just didn't know it.
No, I don't. I never did. I've been doing that right because like I can't do THs, so Fornax is fine. Although they don't get
Fornax?
confused. It's just F instead of THs always, unless it's no. There's literally no word. There's literally no word I say with a TH. Anyway, I personally think
The
what
the like
Think.
THE.
THE
the.
I
No,
and
think,
and
like
think
Finkelstein.
with an
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say words with TH.
Oh, the, like I say, the, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. But unless it's the f word, the f sound. Sorry. That's true, though. You got it, Engel. Thank you. I feel like a good boy. Kroof, that was probably about 1 minute 30 seconds, just so the stream knows.
Oh no, I drink a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say quick?
Mm-hmm. No, don't worry. You weren't here for that
What?
conversation. It's fine. It's fine. Just watch the podcast
I missed
back. It'll
something,
be
and you
fine.
know what? What is said behind my back is none of my business. So
It's
let's carry
true.
on.
That's fair. The return visits to new experiences in places your characters previously adventured. I think Boots, kind of in what Boots is saying in phasing, but I think I'm trying to think outside of like brand new things that we just haven't really experienced. And I think my mind goes a little bit to, oh good lord, the new MMO that got cancelled. Loads of drama.
Ashes of Creation.
Ashes of Creation.
There was some real like systems in there, which I didn't get to play it, but I did watch a lot of videos and content around it. But there was a lot of world building and change happening, dependent on different hostilities that were happening in the region between different guilds or factions, and you would also have like a mayor of a town and stuff. It
sounds like something they could definitely do.
Or you'd build up the
Guild Wars 3.
town and the town would fall apart due to events, and then but it reminds me a bit of Rift as well, honestly. But like, you know, Rift is still actually
yes.
Warhammer Online is is where everyone got dynamic events from in the first place. And then Rift built on it and made it better.
They riffed on it.
Still such a fucking good game. But yeah, I can't really. Yeah, I like kind of what you're talking about, Engel, as well. When you go back, but like people are moving around, it really feels like the characters are a little bit more alive, and they maybe advance in their own stories as you advance in yours. So when you go back, you experience new different people, but also maybe because of the storyline that happens, you have like maybe almost like a World of Warcraft Cataclysm event, not that huge, obviously, but like where something really
First
impacts the
Cataclysm.
region. Yeah, right. Where it
Well, that's
really
what happened in
impacts
Guild
the
Wars 1.
region, and you experience it in a different state, which could be like the weather kind of seasonal stuff as well. But yeah, that's really. Yeah, I like that. I like the comment like the world is designed to reward curiosity and exploration. That gives the theme that there will be more open world experiences in the game that will be similar to Guild Wars 2.
So I think one of the lines in this part that I read that was kind of important was, it sounds like. They didn't say it specifically. They said less loading screens and more seamless world and more contiguous. But it sounds like they're going to try to put together a fully open world. And I'm guessing there's going to be loading screens and less contiguous when you're going into instances. For like maybe there's sub dungeons or like, you know, mini dungeons or actual dungeons, whatever. But it sounds like, or might very well be, a fully seamless world. It could be its own, like one big map
And you can do it in different ways, right? Where you can have like, for example, like if you're riding that big creature, which we've been talking about, it takes you between different areas, so that acts as a loading screen, if you will. So you get like, you travel between different areas. In World of Warcraft, they did that in the core game by taking you on a big airship or a boat. Or no, sorry, the airships, but you would fly over the zones, right, as you went, but it would be loading them as you go, so you can see everything. You can see the ground. You could just see the ground and not the actual characters on the ground, etc. But yeah, I think
there are clever ways of doing loading screens that are used by many games, like especially games where you're like between two, like a tight space, and you're kind of like inching your way through. It's like technically a loading screen. It's a way to break it up and not make it super obvious. So I think that designers have gotten very smart at making it feel seamless. To Boots' comment about a truly open world, just given because it is the genre of MMORPG, but there's also been a little bit of messaging that it might be somewhat smaller scale in regards to other like games like Ion 2. I wouldn't really expect it to be like a genuine open world. I would kind of like them to have a middle ground where Guild Wars 2 launched with like, how many maps was it? Like 15 or 20 maps?
Yeah, it was
or like 25. It was a lot of maps. 25? It was a lot. I would say that if they had like five open world maps and like a capital city, so in total 6, but the maps themselves were enormous, like 2 or 3 Path of Fire sized maps smashed together, where you had so much terrain to explore in an open world setting. I think that would hit in a completely different scale than we've seen with Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2.
So
while also allowing them to have yeah.
Why do you want them to separate them into different maps?
I just think because if they're going for action combat, because in my mind, we have nothing confirmed, but I want them to be able to balance action combat while still maintaining an MMORPG population and not having it be like 4 people in a giant map. I feel like that wouldn't really come across as an MMO for me. I mean, in a way it does, but
Yeah.
I would want them, I think in order to do that, you do have to somewhat instance these things so that back-end rendering and lag and server discussions, like how your server talks to make sure that your input is correct and all that stuff. There are certain things that would limit that in terms of it being a fully open world. So I think having that middle ground of having huge maps, but less amount of them would still feel like a pretty unique Guild Wars experience.
My hope for Guild Wars 3 is that their explanation of why this is a completely new MMO experience is because they've somehow solved the tech behind keeping being able to make a seamless world and being able to keep populations around you feel right. Like being able to have 20 people around you when there's supposed to be 20 people around you, and being able to not have input lag because of that, and then in larger scale things reveal that there's actually quite a few people around you by doing layered mega servers essentially.
Can I ask a question there though? Like, I mean, and I know there is an obvious answer to this which I have myself, but at the same time, I'm like, if that starts to happen, why would you play? I mean, Guild Wars 3 is going to be newer, it's going to be, a better experience, etc., etc. Not better, but like a different one. It just sounds like it's not going to happen because Guild Wars 3 is meant to be an evolution and different kind of game. I think what Kroof is saying feels more what will be the case in terms of like, open world
it's
maps
unrealistic
smaller.
what I'm looking for. Yeah, maybe it's unrealistic.
No. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, what would make you play Guild Wars 3 when you already have that experience in Guild Wars 2? And again, the obvious answer is new game, combat is different, etc., etc. Sure.
Well, Guild Wars 2 isn't a fully seamless open world.
Well, I mean, yeah,
That's true.
There's that, right?
And
But-
it's also too full at times, right? It is
Yeah.
suffocatingly full, whereby it drags the whole game down because you can't
'Cause of
enjoy an
many
experience of a big
reasons.
group.
Like
the game is
visual
essentially
noise is gross.
the game is essentially in a lot of maps a soccer game with 4-year-olds where everybody's following the ball.
That's actually a really good analogy.
Okay, it took me a second to see where you're going with
That's a
that.
really good analogy, honestly. It's literally, and that's kind of what World v World is like.
I was just going to say, are you describing World v World?
Yeah,
that
the
too,
ball is
that
the
too.
commander. Sometimes the ball knows where it's going, and sometimes it ends up going down the opposite goal. I mean, your goal. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So my hope is that it's probably very unlikely, probably unrealistic, but my hope is that they've somehow solved the tech to have a seamless world where the seams are the transitions between allowing you to see how many people are around you at any given time. So when you reach a large city, they remove all of the barriers to being able to see those players, calculations, etc. And you see everybody who's with you. But then when you leave the city, go into places where you have to have fights and stuff, it's more intimate and more interesting for your character.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they could filter using something as basic as ping, right?
Oh, like
they-
group
so
grouping
they-
people based off of
Yeah,
ping
yeah.
connection.
Like,
So you don't have
how are you going
different-
to filter who's around you?
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have you're not having that someone stuttering around in the back.
They talked
you know what I mean?
about. Did talk about having in Guild Wars 2 having to choose a server and stuff, and how it doesn't sound like that's going to be something you do, and that maybe it just like tracks where you are in the world and it connects you to those people more so, rather than having US and then EU. That would be
Because
cool.
of the fact that they invented mega servers essentially and spent so much time doing that, I would make me very surprised if they go back to a server system.
I don't think they will.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully
that's
not.
another thing.
I mean, maybe it would just literally be like regions rather than anything else. But it would be cool if they just tracked where you were in the world and just assigned you to us. I don't know how that impacts the game and everything, but it sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, but if they're spinning it up under those conditions, so basically we never get any queues because they spin up servers as they're needed. So so no matter where you are in the world, you're not going to be sat in like a 4,000 queue on day one, right? I don't think we're going back to that.
There might
That
be
would not
limitations
be
though, because
progression.
this does seem like Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 3 release seems to have piqued the interest of a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Anyone that's done MMO content is like on this now. Yeah,
Exactly. So
It's the second most wishlisted game from
Game
the
Fest.
Summer Games Fest.
right.
And the number one spot is Resident Evil. So like it doesn't really count. It's like whatever.
it wasn't Final Fantasy
because
7
of
on there
that-
as well.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of nuts.
Because of that, I think that we might even though we've grown to love Guild Wars 2 and having no wait times, no login, placeholders or whatever, waiting in line. We
server
might
maintenance.
have that. There won't be any server maintenance still, I'm thinking.
Oh,
but I think that it might be, at least at launch, we might have wait time to getting into the game, just because there is a limit to the amount of servers they're going to have available to them. Amazon's not going to hand over their entire.
I mean, in the
entire
documentary,
infrastructure to.
they had to stop selling Guild Wars 2 when it was first launched because there was
Exactly.
too much pressure.
They
So
did. I remember
maybe-
that. I had friends that
maybe-
couldn't buy the game. Oh my god,
maybe they'll
that's so
expect
true.
that. But that's the other thing. I think ArenaNet is in a very unique position where they've released two products that kind of fall under the MMO category, and they've gone through all different styles of how to create the content, how to market it, how to release it, how to anticipate these things. So I hope that a lot of the veterans at ArenaNet are, really caring for the newer developers at ArenaNet and being like, this is what we're going to expect. Don't be afraid. We've been through this before. It'll be okay. But it's very exciting.
I want to push us onto I think Kroof was talking about the mini doc, which we had with 2 members of Renet who are very awesome, wonderful people. I'm going to move us over to that. As there was some stuff in there for sure, that as I realize I'm going over to the video and now I can't look at my documents, so I have to go back to our cameras in a sec. But we had Bobby Stein, who is the narrative director for the studio, and then also Colin Johansson, who I don't believe was actually mentioned as being the game director for Guild Wars 3 until we saw that title appear in the video. So he is not only the studio lead, but he is the game director of Guild Wars 3, and that makes me very effing happy. Especially from the beginning, because he's not been a game director from the beginning of the game as well. Like, he was a game director after a while in Guild Wars 2, of course.
This video features 2 of my favorite ArenaNet employees. Yeah. And I think, I mean, maybe it's just because back then I was on Tea Time, but the feeling I got was, when Colin Johansson was, co-head of ArenaNet with Mo, that the general feeling was that Colin had a lot of good ideas that were maybe stifled by Mo a lot. And so I'm looking forward to seeing Colin unleashed.
So am I. I think
Colin unleashed.
I mean, this is going to sound harsh, and I respect to Mo for doing the work he did, obviously, as well. But I think his vision wasn't the one we needed at the time. There was a lot of this quote that I will never forget is the surprising and delighting quote, which I hated with a passion. Because it stopped us from having news about the game, and it was just like, here is the thing, now you get it, rather than what we're getting now, which is like more bang, here's a thing, here's Guild Wars 3, here's some information, here's a trailer, here's a Twitch stream, here's another video, here's a blog post, and that's all within like a week and a half, right? Like, that was really good. Like, even less than that. Like, it's been really good. I really hope they continue to do this. That's a good point, Boots.
You have to
that media game is just...
It's gotten so much better.
It's huge. So much better.
You have to establish that emotional connection is so important. And just cold releasing it is not the way to do it. You really need to pique people's interest and then string them along. And that's how you get the mouths salivating.
That's how we've got so much content.
You need foreplay.
Yeah, I guess it's a good way to say it. It's marketing foreplay.
I mean, this is what I mean. We're in the biggest time in, there are so many people creating content around things right now. Like, this is like, if you put Guild Wars 3 in the flipping YouTube alone, like, you could scroll forever and see the same people, the people talking about the same thing with different theories and ideas, with huge communities. Like Force, for example, is one of the people on YouTube who has like a huge following and does MMO stuff as well as, like, ARPGs, etc. And like, he made a video. I wouldn't doubt, like, I mean, it's weird that Angry Joe hasn't made a video, because his video on Guild Wars was huge. On Guild Wars 2 was huge, like one of the biggest reasons why so many people played it. But yeah, I mean, this video is really great. It was short as well. There was different things which we can glean from it. I think Colin's part wasn't really that big compared to Bobby, because I was talking more about lore and a little bit of story, etc. But Colin did say something like, which is really the I mean, to use a word that I don't know if this is a correct way to use it, Fornax, so I'll have to kind of bow to you on this one, but the gravitas of the situation of Guild Wars 3, and how he said it's set up to be like the biggest launch ever for Guild Wars, for ArenaNet, right, which is obvious, and the fact that this is going to be on PS5, and the fact that everyone day one is going to be playing this game on different platforms, and even like a PC and then a PlayStation 5. And it's just like, wow, the audience on console for MMORPGs is pretty huge, honestly, if you think about like Final Fantasy And you think about all the other little ESO, etc. You know, there's
ESO,
a lot of different MMORPGs on console, which, you know, and they did talk about this in the live stream. They've tried like 3 or 4 times to go back and think about Guild Wars 2 being on console, but it just not really being doable because they don't have. The game won't go. It won't do it. Like, it's too much. It's just too much. They kind of re-emphasized that as well. And Colin did mention that they wanted to also give Guild Wars 2 a little bit of breathing time as well.
Yeah, they also talk about, and I think it's important to note that they're developing it side by side with the console and PC this time, where a lot of MMOs tend to retroactively go in and address the console portion, which makes them end up feeling pretty clunky and kind of difficult to play on controller with the same ease of use as a PC. So I'm actually thrilled to hear that they're considering both the console experience and the PC experience at the same time, making sure that each type of player is getting a similar and enjoyable play experience.
Yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. And there are trade-offs though, right? Like, one, it means that they're going to make the inventory less complicated than in Guild Wars 2.
Not necessarily.
Which is a good thing.
Not necessarily.
Please, God.
Because if you play Elder Scrolls
God.
Online or Final Fantasy 14, it's the same.
I know, but but I don't know if Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, but that's a retro.
Yeah, you get tons. You've got so much.
Yeah.
But it was retroactive. So anyway,
true.
So it feels like they would likely make the inventory less of a hellhole to manage for people on PS5.
I love that the first thing you went to was inventory.
I mean, it's so
like
true,
it's
though.
all of us just struggle with that so immensely.
Now,
Which is a quality of life feature for what they're doing. I hope they address inventory for new players, just putting that out there. But continue.
Please go to the forums and talk about that for Guild Wars 2 improvements. Please, God.
It could be a trade-off in that perhaps some people enjoy, I mean, obviously you don't enjoy three greens and a blue, but perhaps some people enjoy like the interesting amount of customization you get from loot in the game and being able to put different gear on, blah 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 blah. Maybe you won't have that level of customization anymore for your character because you don't have the same amount of intricate being able to deal with stuff in your inventory and put them on your character. It's possible you might get less gear. It's possible you might not need as much gear for your character.
I think it might also mean that the skill bar is going to look different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably have like a Dragon Age Inquisition type situation where you have like, it would match also perfectly with Guild Wars 1's number of skills, where you have like 4 skills that you can use, and then if you use a trigger, it will cycle them to the next selection. But I also think as someone who plays PC a lot, I'm very excited to try a Guild Wars game on console, especially with it being action combat, the idea of like constant button input to kind of chain weapon attacks, and different combinations might trigger a finishing move or something, which could be very unique. I think that's the biggest thing they're talking about when it comes to revolutionizing an MMO, is sometimes that different mode of combat that we don't really get in this franchise or in this genre.
I think it would be something close to New World if you played it, which was like you have 2 sets of weapons, and you have about 4 skills, and then you have different things depending on whether or not you can, like with weapons where you can block, and then you can do so. I think something similar to that translates well, because they also put it on console and it worked pretty nicely as well. I did
How does skill collection go into that though?
I mean,
skill collection is going to be a major part of Guild Wars 3. How does it fit into that?
I mean, you just learn the skills. I guess, but you just replace them with different skills. So you have a bunch of skills, like you do with Guild Wars 1, right? So you have a bunch of different skills you just get, and then you slot the ones you want and need and use. And yeah, I think
with your Pokeballs,
right?
Yeah.
I think Kroof was saying, like when we've already got this in Guild Wars 2, right, where you have a chain of attacks with a weapon specifically, right. But then also if we're so much verticality, like, is there going to be a special attacks we can use when we drop off a glider? Is there special attacks we can use as we walk up run up a wall
yeah.
off of the wall, because we've already got mounts that are doing something different when they come out of or go onto a certain platform. So if you think about like the skimmer, for example, as you come out of the water, you can stealth, right? So if you think about like translating to Guild Wars 3, like there's this emphasis on the fact that they've learned so many lessons from Guild Wars 2 and also the quality of life of that. How can they transfer that into Guild Wars 3 when you change different, when you come off of a wall or you jump off of something high? Is the attack different? And I think that's the kind of thing that feels like it would be really cool and really evolutionary as well. Because, I mean, it's going to be truly action combat. There's not going to be tap targeting either. So it's going to be really important that the combat feels fluid and isn't necessarily so many skills on your bar. I don't want to see that.
Tap targeted?
No, it's not going to be tap targeted at all. They've said that. It's going to be true action combat.
Did they say that?
I don't think there would be.
Inferred?
Yeah, I think it's mostly inferred.
Inferred.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is a way for you to like at least like tab onto your people in your party or whatever. But yeah,
Maybe.
I would imagine it's not going to be. I think taking healing as an example, I wouldn't expect it to be like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 1 where you're clicking on people's health bars. I would much rather see something like what Terra did, where you are activating a skill and your targeting system now will only target your allies. So you still have to be engaged with where people are on the battleground and
you could do that
evolving
in New World as well, yeah.
in action.
That was cool. It depended on where your crosshair was, and you would point to the people rather than just like clicking on something, which was kind of fun. That was good.
I will defend World of Warcraft and say that they've had mouse over ability for a very long time, mouse over healing. So you just have to have your cursor over the character. You don't have to actually select.
That's right. I mean, that could be a thing as well that is used. I mean, that's similar to, that could be fun.
Yeah. I will say in terms of like, I mean, I've been a bit divisive by saying that it's Pokemon, but there could be a whole world of gameplay around getting the different skills, right?
Yeah.
There could be specific quest lines. There could be specific reputations that you have to do. It could be a world in and of itself to kind of attune yourself to these spirits, and understand the culture of them. And the area that they're in, and it could even be like you have to like repair the area, or you have to do some tasks within the area in order to be able to even access the spirits to begin with, you know.
For sure. Yeah, no, I think that's a good point.
I'm going to shift us back into the podcast a little bit. No, sorry, not the podcast. The fucking documentary.
It's on topic.
It was on topic. No, you were on topic. I'm going to push us back into it by furthering us forward past that. You were very. It's just a good segue.
Okay.
I've just got to push things on. Is basically what I need.
That was a very good segue, Jebro. Yes, I agree.
That wasn't a good segue. I mean, it's just I want to go on to the next thing. that is why we're going.
Shut up, Fornax. We're moving on.
No,
okay, thank you.
No. I know. If you want to say more, you can. Like I'm not trying.
No, I'm fine. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, fine.
No. I'm just fucking with you. I apologize. Carry on.
Speaking of segues, go ahead, Jebro.
To our sponsor.
Instead of focusing on, I wish Angry Aunch had sponsored us. This is great cider. Sorry.
Hey, they're not paying you. Shh.
Yeah.
No free advertisement.
Yeah, you just show it to the camera and say, I will not tell them whether or not this is good cider.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Bobby, the studio narrative director, which is his title. I've got quite a few quotes from him because there's quite a lot of stuff here as well as where we can see some art behind him. I'm going to try and look at this a little bit more as well and get grips of things. But something he said was, instead of focusing on a planet embroiled in war, we want to show conflicts between guilds and other forces operating in storage zones. So something we already know, they're trying to focus more on. It makes sense that as our world shrinks, I guess, to a degree, like we are going to be focusing on more local kind of conflicts and hostilities and the opposite of that, the building of communities and the gods, etc., etc. Yeah. And he was talking about how, we're in a very grounded place where magic is rarer, right? It's a very powerful commodity, which is, given or stolen, and if you don't use it properly, you're kind of ejected. Really,
that is interesting, actually. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they felt the feedback, or they felt like they wanted to go in a completely different direction than Guild Wars 2, because in Guild Wars 2, basically you start with a world-ending threat, and then continue with the world-ending threat, and then again, over and over again, it's just world-ending threats, one after another.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be weird to play an MMORPG where the whole world isn't ending, because I don't know if I can think of one where it always feels like you are the main hero in the story and you are the only one that can save it. Like, I mean, I think Guild Wars 2's done a little bit better with that in more local. No, I mean, it still ends up being world ending, doesn't it? I think rather than the local kind of focus.
I think they'll probably go something that's a bit more similar to like Freytag's Triangle, where it doesn't start out with the climax, where it really has the time to set up the characters and then the rising action going into the major conflicts. So I imagine we will see some pretty substantial enemy faction and antagonist, but I'm excited to see it not be cataclysmically world ending for once. Maybe it's more regionally threatening. Yeah, I imagine it will get there, maybe in time, a couple expansions or whatever, but yeah.
I will say, like, in WoW's defense, the original vanilla is very local stories.
That's true.
Very, very grounded, very local stories. You start off as just a nobody, and it takes you a long time. You're not going out and like slaying dragons the next day. And Palia as well. I do play Palia as well. That is super no world endy. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was in the chat. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Yeah, react to the chat as well. They did do that quite well. Although, unfortunately, that meant you all had to also kill one NPC, which, took a long time. Which is also fine. Okay. That's a good point. So, magic being painful commodity. Okay, Vale Wardians, a guild that's struggling to reclaim their prominence in a land that's changing. So it sounds like, I mean, here I was thinking that, the Vale Guardians are really trying to get more people into the guild, and like they're trying to revive the guild in a way, because it feels like they are very...
A lot of their guild members haven't logged in a little while.
Yeah. Basically. I mean, it sounds like they've got this...
Real life caught up with them.
I mean, I wonder here as well if it feels like they've been around for so long that and I think Bobby goes on to talk about the fact that they feel very exhausted and spread wide, because as humanity starts to grow and evolve and spread out into different areas and lands, like inevitably they can't cover the land, which is why there may have been more, guilds that did develop, etc., and regions and factions, etc., that needed to just come out of evolution rather than a need, rather than anyone's good or bad or whatever, right? Any thoughts about kind of the Vale Guardians and them struggling, and how we maybe witness that story, I guess, or be part of it?
I think that we have to think about guilds differently. I think it feels like a fairly medieval setting. If you look at it, it looks like a medieval market. There's not going to be Magitech as we know it in Guild Wars 2. And I think if you look back for example, history of like England, there used to be guilds, but like it's the worshipful guild of weavers, and it's the worshipful guild of bakers, and you have guilds that have like a purpose. They're like a profession. So there might be a mercenary guild, or there might be a guild that's set on like building or exploration or that kind of thing, and we're in the let's maintain nature and the natural kind of friction between people trying to develop the land and people trying to preserve the land kind of comes up naturally through just existence and trying and dealing with a growing population as more and more people have come from Cantha, which will be like the originating homeland for the humans, because they basically spread out from Cantha, which could mean that we will be having Tengu, because Cantha is the home world of the the home nation of the
Dwarves
Tengu.
first, sorry. Yeah.
Birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm.
My reaction to the Veil Wardens, there's so much more that we need before I can really like start to like
Sure.
go down any rabbit holes.
Yeah.
But I do like the premise that it is a guild of people that have been entrusted with magic. So these people are already at a different scale of power, and that some people might have scattered around different sectors of Ore, if not to Alona or gone down to Cantha. And if they've been there for a while, sometimes like the power can go to their head and they feel so disconnected from their original mission that they end up developing some type of cult or cult following and become a conflict. Yeah. So those could be elements of, the antagonistic properties of, the Veil Wardens. But there's even the possibility that there are other guilds aside from the Veil Wardens that have been gifted this power of magic, who seem and are maybe deceptive and like, hey, we're good, but then as soon as they get it, they turn. But I like this idea of starting kind of with nothing and very like minimal elements and having to build up over time.
Yeah. I think that's great. I think there's a possibility that the Veil Guardians have a patron
Wardens.
god. Veil Guardian Wardens have a patron god. Like maybe one of the 6 are the people who give the power to them or to their head guys. Like maybe it's Liz, for example, who says, "Okay, I'm you guys are my guild. I'm granting you this power. Go out and do good things. Make it worth it." But they've lost their sheen. They've stopped being as powerful as they once were. Maybe another guild is trying to move in on their territory, gain the favor of one of the gods, and instead get that power for themselves. And so you're there. You have to, basically show that the Veil Wardens can still do the things in the world that they used to be able to do, increase their renown, make the world a better place.
Yeah, they're the underdogs. They gotta get that. They gotta win prom king and queen.
Maybe
that's tension right there. You've got other guilds trying to horn in on your magic, essentially. And yeah, I really think the end of the game is going to be Abaddon given magic. Honestly, just throw a whole I think
we're going to get it earlier than that. I think we'll get more elements of magic as we go through, or maybe hints of, or like just empowerment of, rather than these big flashy kind of elementalist like skill magic abilities. I guess I just think there's going to be more.
We'll probably have
more subtle. Maybe it's more subtle.
I don't know. I think we're going to actually, from the confirmation that the guilds get the magic, I think we actually will have a very similar sense of magic utilization that we have in Guild Wars 1 and 2. In fact, the trailer, I think, is almost like the guild, the Veil Warden head recruiting us. Because the very last line is she says, like, we can promise you magic, like recruiting, like if you come with us, you will get magic. Yeah. So I think that it won't be, we'll at least be able to interact with it. But I do like what you're saying, Boots, about like an expansion, exploring that idea of everybody getting it, which is kind of like the
status quo,
the flashpoint of the story.
Yeah. Well, something that Bobby said as like a quote was, "Magic is unobtainable by most, only entrusted to guilds that the High Council and gods choose. Is coveted by those that it's coveted by those that misuse it." But like, there's this idea
which is not technically true in a weird way.
Why is it not true?
Because humans devised the oldest profession, ritualists, and ritualists do tap into magic through the mists. So it's not.
Do we know about the mists?
Entirely true. Oh yeah, we do.
Really, I mean, existing around this time.
The ritualists devised this before the gods left.
We came through the mists.
Oh yeah. I know we came through the mist, but would we necessarily have the access to it that we do now?
Yes. because ritualists were created before the gods gave them magic and then left. Because it was very soon. I think they gave magic and then very quickly after we're like, we're going to bounce out.
Is this a period where ritualists don't exist though?
No, because they were in Cantha first and Or came much later. So ritualists are around.
Are you saying that we are going to maybe ritualist is a class then?
Oh, it can definitely be. But
Good.
there is a slight,
cool.
like, Bobby isn't completely, it's not, I wouldn't say that it's the most accurate messaging, but once magic was given to everybody, once magic was given to everybody, it said that those spells and that practice of magic was inherently enhanced. So there was a power spike with ritualism once that came in.
Base level of magic, but it's just not the magic we're specifically talking about when it comes to the gods.
Like
so
God
is
magic.
this more like the spirit magic then? That we're talking about?
It was like channeling and spirits with
Which
the
makes
mist
sense.
and their ancestors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, cool. Okay, I love that.
I have a question.
Sure.
Oh, do any of us have an answer?
Thank
Do
you.
we brave the question?
So different classes in Guild Wars. Let's say after Guild Wars 3. Let's say Guild Wars 1, for example.
We're not going into
follow
a class
different-
discussion now. We can't do that.
Follow different
we can't do
gods,
that now.
right?
We're going to have an entire podcast for classes.
Please.
We
But
will do that. We will promise you. I promise you. We will do that soon. I want to do it. I do.
Warriors.
Getting cut off.
If we go in there now,
You're getting cut off.
We will have another
Get outta
7-hour
here.
podcast. No, but I'm just preempting, just in case. That's all.
I was just gonna say, warriors are the ones who follow Balthazar, right?
Can.
I have no idea. I mean, a warrior is just someone who
Zaicians.
picks up a fucking any weapon. isn't it?
Zaicians follow.
Yeah, the
Zaicians follow about.
professional
You mean
wise.
Paragons?
Marganites
or
follow
like-
Abaddon.
You've got necromancers who essentially follow Grenth. You've got
It'd be weird if they didn't. Can you imagine?
monks, Duena, mesmers, Lissa, so on and so forth. Warriors, the one that they should be following essentially is Balthazar.
Didn't we have that in character creation for Guild Wars 2, where you pick like some options? There's
If
different
you're
gods.
a human.
If you're a human.
If you're a human.
If you're
But
human.
there's
Yeah, that's
probably a
interesting.
Sarah and Conan.
I wonder.
So-
Maybe we have more.
But my
alignment.
question is, like, warriors by trade don't really get magic. So what is Balthazar's magic? It's just fire.
I mean, fire's pretty good.
But the warriors don't get, like, in Guild Wars 2, sure they do. But in Guild Wars 1, they didn't really get magic.
I think in lore, everyone has access to magic.
Like
Even,
signets. They
no
have
matter
access
the
to
profession.
signets.
Is magic strength
Isn't
though, in like enhanced strength?
I was
you know
going to
what
say,
mean?
is it
Enhanced
physical
yeah.
enhancement
Yeah.
magic?
Yeah.
Rather than
Yeah.
of it, because magic
Internal.
isn't just
Fair
about
enough,
the
fair enough,
loudness of it, right, and the effect of it. It's an internal thing as well.
Yeah,
Like
that's right.
engineers can use magic technically if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, Magitex, etc. You know, I mean, we've got like, I mean, yeah, the latest elite specialization is very magic specific for sure.
Yeah,
I
like
think
in
it's
real
also
life,
intent.
Well, not magic.
the shouting,
but, like,
shouting shouldn't heal your your allies.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
And why
yeah.
not?
Speak on it, Angle.
I mean,
Why not?
in a
With that
way.
attitude, I'm saying this because Paragon is my favorite class to play right now. So
I mean, in a way,
I love
like,
shouting at people. It's my favorite.
If you think about it, like I mean, you know, you have people who inspire you, so it makes sense that you would get these. So in a way, I mean, you can shout to create, whether or not you want to call it magic or not, but like emotion and energy and, you know,
Yeah,
what
it's
people
very
would do
bard-like. You
You can
before
spike
wars.
people's dopamine for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
what the
mean-
news does for me all the time. Yeah.
That's why people run up and, you know, they've got their horses and they're going up down the front of the line of, like, you know, the
What horses?
wars. Not in Guild Wars 2, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Jebro, whenever you want to have that class podcast, I will clear my schedule.
You're here pretty often, so I'm sure you will.
You said we can't get rid of you. I wish you take a break.
No, I want you here all the time. I want all of you here.
Okay.
Um,
I'm
do you-
sorry for interrupting.
No, you didn't interrupt. You made a really good. It's a good point because, yeah, it does.
Are
Make
you
think
suggesting
about
that
the
you want to
different
have
classes.
guilds for the gods, though? Is that what you're saying?
I kind of
I
like
I
that
wouldn't be
idea,
surprised.
That'd be cool.
I wouldn't be surprised
Maybe
if
factions.
like certain guilds were favored by different gods. Although it does sound like maybe they're not, because there's this council in between them.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting
I hope it's
to
seedy and corrupt and terrible. I want it to be fucking awful.
Yeah,
I want it to be
exactly.
just the worst.
You talked about cults earlier, right? Like cults were. I mean, we know that there's different factions in Guild Wars 2 that just honor and revere gods, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that god has to like them. They could just be like, we worship this god, and it is a cult, but they don't like us. It's a bit like Donald Trump.
I mean, so
He doesn't give a fuck about anyone. There's so many people that kind of, sorry to mention that now. Just fire myself.
to be a cult, it has to be exploitation.
Yeah.
So religion doesn't qualify, right? Religion is just a belief system. You can believe anything you like, but in order for it to qualify as a cult, it has to be exploitation, and specifically exploitation of labor is the most common one, and that is prevalent in every single cult.
Religion can.
Capitalism is a cult.
Religion can
Capitalism could be a cult, yeah.
absolutely be a cult, because if you think about
It
just the
can
heads
be,
of
but
a
it isn't
church-
Okay.
inherently.
There's a book
that's the
about that.
fact.
There's a book about that.
A
I'll message you the title of it.
a
It's
square
really
is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not necessarily a square.
That's true.
Ex-
Let's go over to, because we've been going for a fair while. Let's go over to, I want to have a look at the art on the video. I've just paused it. And the place where we have not seen some of the art here, because it's Guild Wars 3 mostly related, or it's Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars inspired, which is there for inspiration. Maybe some of it is, and from the other games, but I don't think so.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
So,
Zoom in, enhance.
I can probably find an still image of that and do that. I can do that. I can find one. And if anyone knows one, feel free to link it in our chat, and I can do that.
There are definitely things I have not seen before in the Guild Wars games on that board.
Oh, absolutely.
Like there's an animal.
Oh yeah, none of that is Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars 1.
Yeah.
There were a few more of those axolotl creatures in one of the more close-up images, where they're actually like different hues, probably representing different types of magic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if I can find one. It's a closer up.
Okay.
I do like the attention to detail of that salamander axolotl creature, because we see it in the trailer, we see it in the tapestry, and it pops up in a few of these concept art pieces. So I definitely think it's probably like one of the more major spirits of the wild that we'll encounter.
What you're saying is it's flying mount.
No, I don't think it's going to be a flying mount.
We're not
Flying
getting
mount.
flying.
I don't think we're going to get flying mounts, at least right now.
At the end of the game.
No.
Maybe there might be a mission where you ride on it, but like, I don't know if it's going to be like, you can take me out into the world. It kind of sounds like a date with me, kind of.
Like that one time we got to ride Aureen. That was the best time.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was the best time.
Okay, I just took a screenshot of it, because I was like, where can I find a screenshot? Why don't you just take one, Jebro? And you can do it yourself. Can I zoom in on this? Yes, I can. Woohoo!
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
here we go.
Technology. We're like NCIS.
Basically. Here we go.
I like that
There we
show.
go. I could have just flipping done this, first of all. Oh no, I'm drawing on it. Don't do that. Okay, Jesus. How do I move this? Okay, there we go. Oh dear. Okay, so, and I can zoom in more. Whee. Oh, actually, there we go. Okay, there's a good place to be. Who are they? These people.
Oh, yeah.
Who are these people?
I know. We're in San Silvari.
My first initial thought was the faces are a bit green, and it looks like there's some, I don't know if that's armor or what, but like it kind of looks like a Silvari-esque face. But it's just because they're a bit green, honestly. That's literally it. That's
Figure
only
on the
reason.
right, there's another
As well.
part in the trailer that shows this in a bit clearer lighting. The character on the right does have a bit more of an olive tone, but the tall lady on the left,
Mhm.
skin color is very human. So
Yeah, probably.
this has popped
They
up a
look the
couple
same.
times, and I've seen like shorts and videos about like Sylvari Copium and Deep Dive, which I love a planty elfin race, but I'm gonna say it,
I don't think it's gonna happen.
y'all, we gotta
I'm
live in
with
the
you.
light. We
I see
gotta live
sky
in the
whales.
truth. We have to avoid delusions at all cost, except when it comes to your personal life and what you can achieve in life. But I think the storyline doesn't really facilitate this, and nor do I think that ArenaNet would concept Sylvari in a way that is non-canonical from what we know them.
Yeah.
It looks like the alpha version of Sylvari back in Guild Wars 2, where they were just green people. I don't think they would go back to
Yeah.
that tradition.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't get
I
that.
do see sky whales though in the two pictures to the left and the right of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can go to
You guys
that in a
see sky
sec
whales?
if no one has any other thoughts. I mean, someone said something in chat which I agree with is similar. Is armor says potentially based off of gods. I mean, there's a hint there, I think, with the helmet
Yeah.
from the second on the left, which is more
Yeah, that is very
Balthazar-y.
Balthazar, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they do have different helms. Like that is the specific thing which seems a lot different, as well as the chest piece, which has different kind of
I'm just now
representations.
looking at the left one. It kind of reminds me, I don't know, it's difficult to make it out, but it kind of reminds me of like a Ronin or a samurai with the hat
Exactly,
and
yeah.
the two blades behind.
Mhm.
Very Canthan, perhaps, in influence.
I mean, if that's also, if this is art based off of classes as well, then, you've got two swords, right? And then you've got a great sword. It looks like potentially maybe on the warrior, but I don't know if that might be something else that's just kind of poking out because I can't see the top of it, like the hilt up there, which is normally where it would be.
I mean, these might be the people that are represented in the four people in the tapestry. One of them's in a hood. This could be the type of person that's in the hood.
Yeah.
Maybe
Also,
maybe
they
they're
could
just
just be locals.
sneaky peeps.
Yeah, it's just literally art, like just art to reference, right?
Well,
It could be nothing.
in early Guild Wars 2, there was a lot of concept art, and especially because it's on a black background, these pieces, if I'm not mistaken, usually are just to exemplify the tone and theme of armor and weapons.
Sure.
So I think this is just like asset concept art for what we can wear.
Because we've got
Perhaps.
lots of that. Yeah, we can see from Guild Wars 2 and 1, to be fair.
Sky whales, or are they sky worms?
You want to look at the sky whale? Is there anything, Engel, you saw, or Fornax, that you hear that you thought was important on the character side, specifically on those four, or if you wanted to add anything? Not really?
I'm just hanging on to my copium because I like my salad, so don't take it from me, okay? You
do
never
think
know until they actually tell us.
I think there could be a way to have like planty races though, like the Awin tribe that Melandru cursed. I think there could be a way. I don't know if they'd be Sylvari though, but
There isn't any dwarf concept art, which is worrying me more. So, I think that would be too obvious if
telling
they
you.
did that.
Well,
Yeah,
they
maybe-
probably were
Picture of
like,
Balthazar.
Jebro is going to freak out if we have any sort of crumb, scrap, tiny little piece. And so they
Yeah.
probably just took it down before making
I
this
literally may have a
video.
heart attack, so yeah, that's true.
I was
Um,
watching someone on YouTube and they made a great connection, which I didn't notice, but the axolotl spirit entity has like these very white branches and antlers kind of coming out of it.
Mhm.
And then in the concept art to the top right above the people and the armor, it's like a grove or a forest,
on
and
the
it's like a
right-hand side.
throne. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
I
like a
see.
throne
Yeah.
with the background having a very
It
similar
is very similar. yeah.
connection. So maybe this is like the outskirts of Ur in the pure wilds, and that's kind of like, is it Melandru's domain? Are these like Melandru spirits in attendance? Are they
wait,
spirits of the
that's-
wild?
That's actually the creature,
Ted.
though. It's just
That's a
saying
creature.
It's the creature. It's not a grove. It's just the same.
Oh, is it the creature?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not,
Look
that's
down
not,
to the left.
Yeah.
It's the same
The
thing.
reason why it's a good link is because it's literally the same creature.
I didn't see a face, but
It's the
I thought
eyes.
it,
Yeah,
He's
the
got the
eyes are
horn
there,
and
the
the
mouth is
eyes.
there, and that's the rest of it.
oh, maybe it's like his
my
resting
goodness.
place in the shrine that we go to
Yeah.
talk to it or something.
He looks a little bit
Interesting.
like a mix between Suwan and Mordermoth's mouth.
Or this could be like a bigger one.
Bigger one, yeah.
Like a
I mean,
parent one.
technically, in Ore, Zaitan is sleeping below us, so he could have his like the
Jesus.
claw of Zaitan going around
Oh
every once
god,
in a
I
while
just
doing
don't
stuff.
want any dragon stuff anymore. I'm done with it.
We're very,
I'm just done with
thankfully,
dragons.
we're very far from them waking up.
Thank
Because the
God.
claw, but, I mean, the claw of Jormag was active long before Jormag woke up.
True.
So-
I mean, we could
It's
still
true.
encounter some of their minions depending on how many
Exactly.
are still active, because
Yeah,
they
that's
took
fine.
they basically take over big like swathes of the planet, don't they? Which is why I think there's hope for at least, if not playable Sylvari, at least more Dremoth based NPCs to interact with.
Okay. So we've got more. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure how I'd feel about the. I think there should be maybe there'd be references, like, and maybe we'd. I mean, seeing a sleeping Zaitan, for example, might be pretty cool.
Is it just me, or does that creature look like we've now sold both Jebro's left and right nuts?
Wait, which one? Which one? Which picture?
Hold on.
Are you saying
Are
that
you
that's
talking
what
about the-
my nuts look like?
No, they've been sold. They're not there anymore.
The vast deference.
Oh, okay,
There's-
I see. Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
god! Wow, Boots.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Although, thank you very much. That is quite the compliment.
No.
I mean, if it's
Hey,
big enough for people to
I gotta
ride it, let's go. Sorry.
Gosh,
Multiple
you
people.
could wear it as a hoodie. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck? Okay, I think we're going into different areas here.
What
I
hoodies
may
are
have read
you?
something
What
different.
apparel are you
Fornax.
wearing over there, Fornax?
England is a
No.
very different place. We did
Taking
get
my cue
very
from
desperate.
Balenciaga. Yeah.
You know, if you want to send me the
Oh.
Etsy link, I'm
Yeah.
down to peruse.
Yeah.
Oh god.
This wall of
I
concept
imagine
art,
there is on Etsy.
I think I paused on this video and watched and just looked at this concept art, trying to like make out any of the blurry segments and images and being like,
Yeah.
what can I divine from this?
Yeah, that's cool. That's why they did it.
Yeah,
Right, that's
I
why they
love
did it.
that. You also get the full spectrum of Guild Wars art, where it's kind of whimsical and fun and fairy-esque, and then it's very dark and menacing, which I know a lot of people, when they first saw the trailer, they're like, oh, it doesn't really feel like Guild Wars. I didn't get that, but I think that this is a
No, I
good
didn't.
indicator that they're not going to just stick to like one type
No.
of tone.
And then on top of that, when you think about it, there a lot of in the expansion of Guild Wars 2, a lot of the enemies we'd be facing would be reskins of models that currently exist in the game, same framework, etc. But now, since they're on a different
I hope not.
engine, they're on a different engine. And maybe they're going to have some of the same creatures in Guild Wars 2, but everything's going to have new models. Everything's going to be completely new and feel very different, I think.
Yeah, I hope they just have new models and everything. I don't want them to take any models from Guild Wars 2.
They're not going to be able
No, I
to, I think.
Not going to be able to. No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, well,
What do you think about this image
I think
here
having
as well? Sorry, go on, Engel, first.
similar looking enemies, like
Yeah,
I
like the same
obviously don't
kind
feel
of
like the
enemies,
entire like, but I would like to see some of the same like mobs
yeah.
as like
Absolutely.
just not pocket raptors. Just don't just not those.
Thankfully, we're not going anywhere near there.
Those
I
can
think.
stay.
Not yet.
Those can stay where they are.
I know something about pocket raptors. They were not invented until the gods left, and
That's right,
because
I
they
heard that.
hated us, they invented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pocket raptors.
This is an
haven't
accurate
left
historical lore. Spread the word.
Yeah. The one thing I know about pocket raptors is that there is no god.
That's right.
There is no
See?
God. There is no
See?
God.
That's
there is
exactly
only
it.
the void.
Yeah.
They were the true incarnation of the void. Suwan was battling waves of pocket raptors and said, I need backup. Let me birth some kids.
That's so true.
I just realized something. We have absolutely no idea about what creatures, what environment or is. We have never experienced it. We've never interacted with any of its natural creatures, never interacted with anything.
Well, you know, there's monkeys.
Oh, the gorillas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about
Okay.
it.
Oh my god, yeah,
And sheep,
gorillas.
maybe.
You're hoping for a
Monkeys and
Diane Fossey moment, are we? I mean,
Yeah. There's gorillas and giants, and then that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we do see a giant being battled, don't we? Ah, interesting. But yeah, no, we have no idea. Never experienced
Ents.
flora. Never experienced the fauna. No idea. They've just got such a free reign to make it however they want. It's going to be really exciting to see what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more.
It's
of
very
a
smart.
brighter
And
world, I think.
we're gonna be in a place where every 6 seconds you don't hear "death good."
Oh my gosh.
That was annoying as you were leveling up because they were quite
Yeah.
they were a lot more difficult in the core game. I think there is
More gum.
there yeah
That's
there
what
is,
What?
that system.
there is a yeah it's I know okay
just on the
what about this image here? It really stuck out to me. It's on the screen now on the stream. But it's definitely different. I mean, I'm not saying it's desert, but it could be. I wonder if this is the kind of border between the desert and also or something. I don't know.
Plains.
I think that's the left side of the teaser art that we got.
Oh, okay.
Because you can
fair.
see the
Fair.
banner. You can see the banners. You can see the tower, which was revealed in the full concept art.
Oh, that's the banners. Yeah, actually, that makes sense. That makes sense. I thought it was peering through like the fauna and stuff. So I think you're right.
I think it's the left side of what
Okay.
Fornax currently has as her background.
Ah.
Oh,
the full left side.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
Oh, you
All
you
right,
can see the
fair.
color shift just by the puppy's head.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have a very important question. If you scroll out completely,
You can see
can you
the
tell
window.
me? Yeah, no. Can you tell me the?
I think it's going to have an
is
important
this-
impact on Guild Wars 3. Yes, windows.
Look at the reflection. Look at the reflection in the window.
Oh yeah, right.
Red
That's
expo
how-
marker. There's a red expo marker at the top.
Oh, there is, and
yeah.
a post-it note. I believe
That's right.
Yep.
No, my
The
question
red
is
and
this.
post-it notes, guys.
Uh-oh.
Start your theories.
Oh.
Did they print out a bunch of like clips of concept art onto pieces of paper just for this video,
Of
or
course.
do they have that set up in the office all the
100%.
time?
But
I
no,
mean,
Well,
come
yeah.
on.
I mean, I've been to the studio in like the Guild Wars 2 areas, of course, and they've got these kinds of things up and they've been up forever. So I think, it's always inspiration
Yeah.
when you're walking around. It's the same in many game studios, but I do believe that you're right. Specifically for this, they may have added or constructed a new wall of stuff to give us some extra. I mean, this is very purposeful that they're looking at the wall, pointing at things we've never seen before, right? Like, I mean, it's very relevant.
Set dressing. If there's one thing you know in film and editing, everything has to have a purpose. Everything is
marker.
meaningful and intentional. And this was some lovely set dressing, and I
Sometimes
appreciate
they're
it.
also a
What does the
mistake.
dry
But like,
erase
but honestly, I'm like,
marker mean?
now that they released these pictures, just like release them to the official like marketing channels and like their the Blue Sky and their Instagram and everything. Just like give it to us. I want to see it in full HD.
One thing that is very clear is you look at the different colors and that are used and also just the, I guess, some of the atmosphere and there is a really broad scope
Palette.
here of like, palette is a better word, sorry. Yes, thank you. In terms of the color and it's very bright, but it also looks like it can be very dark and very maybe macabre, I don't know, but like
Which is
great.
so welcome.
Yeah,
Which is so welcome
absolutely.
because all we've
Yeah.
known of ore so far has been yellow, like puke
Yes.
yellow, everything.
These two characters as well here look like mobs. I mean, they are, aren't they?
Yes,
Right?
yes.
But they look very similar, but one is lava-like and the other one looks like, I don't know if it's
They
ice.
also, at least the ice one, it kind of looks like it's an actual like asset, like a low rendered version of like an in-game
Yeah,
creature.
These two are.
Yeah.
I think these two are.
Yeah.
I think these two actually are. Yeah, I think that's a good call.
It's not just concept art. I think
Primordus and
yeah.
Jormag.
Are the elementals as well?
Elemental magics.
Maybe pets.
I mean, we do see two depictions in concept art of like a fire imp and a death imp as well. So, you know, in terms of classes and gameplay, are they minions? Are they minis? Are they ambient creatures?
True.
It's anyone's guess.
Is there anything else here? There's some different like creatures here as well. I can't really see over there much. I don't really have like a square on image of them. Maybe they do.
The video talking about the franchise actually shows the right side of that wall very clearly.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's mostly concept art that we've already been given on the website.
Oh, okay, fair. We can maybe advance a little bit more through that and see. I had loads of other points to go through, which I think I might just do. Unless anyone else wanted to talk
Have
about
a backlog.
Yeah, there's lots.
I can't do more, unfortunately, today, but
Oh,
I'm
you have to go.
hungry.
You have to go. That's okay. I mean, generally, I think that is I think everything else we've talked about there. Yeah, no, we've already talked about most of this, actually, to be fair. So, yeah, other than like at the end of the video, Bobby said, "May the 6th watch over you," and I got like all goosebumpy and like was just like, "Oh yeah."
You know what that means? Guild Wars 3 released May 6th next year or 2028.
Oh,
Yeah, next year.
Oh,
Before the beta.
Before the beta.
May
Yeah,
the 6th.
That is brave. I mean, that's what May. It could be the year after.
I really feel like Guild Wars should do like a spin on like May the 4th where it's all Star Wars themed. Next year they should do something
would
about
be
the
cool.
gods, like May the 6th.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool.
Marketing, put a pin on that. You're welcome.
Let's just to highlight the stream for like have I got like 5 minutes, Boots, and then the outros?
I've got 5 full minutes.
All right, okay. So there was a Twitch live stream as well, where we had game director of Guild Wars 2, Josh Davis, and then then Colin's title changed back to studio director, studio lead. I can't remember what it was specifically, as they focused a bit more on Guild Wars 2, mentioning Guild Wars 3. And you know, there were statements like, you know, Guild Wars 3 is built with consoles also in mind. They also highlighted the fact that since Guild Wars 3 was announced, there's roughly like 45% increase in players, which is nuts, and is the biggest influx of players on Steam since it launched on Steam. And the fact that there's just so much growth for the game without the release of a new game. Like, you know, it's all hype, it's all announcement, and they're really excited for it, which is really, really cool. Oh yeah, they talked about the lessons they learned from Heart of Thorns and the Borderlands map, the desert one as well, and how they really wanted to, because gliders came in, they wanted to focus, they wanted to bring that into the map. So of course that increased verticality and distance, and they didn't think about how they didn't focus on world v world players as much as they wish they had. And so they've had a big learning curve from that. And it was very steep. It's not really a curve, it's a fucking mountain. And you know, credit to them, the map is beautiful. It could just be a map in the game and it would have been fantastic. In fact, I actually feel like they should do that. And they're just gonna, with the new map that's coming out, they're gonna think more about that. Anticipating more players playing Guild Wars 2 in the future. Hall of Monuments as well will continue to grow Guild Wars 2, which is something they emphasized a lot.
True.
And their expectations for Guild Wars 2 over the next 5 to 10 years is all modernization, optimization, more to explore, more story, etc., etc., etc. And they're starting on the next larger piece of content for Guild Wars 2 next year, which you know is probably an expansion.
If you guys want to discuss all that, I could just pop out and you guys could talk all about that.
I think Kroof also wants to leave.
I do also have
And
to
then
Yeah.
wants to go.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think we're just
I mean,
gonna.
we
That was the general gist.
I mean,
of it. That
I
was kind
will
of
be
it.
streaming after this, but like I do want to at least like make a sandwich at least or something, you know.
Do you want me to rate to you as well? I mean, well,
Oh,
actually,
I mean, I
Well,
didn't say that in order to cue you to rate
we
me
can-
or
we
anything,
can-
but it was
we
definitely.
can talk about that post podcast because I'm forgetting that this is a thing that goes out to everyone at different times of the year, day, what time, whatever. Okay, so lots more to talk about. I already have more ideas of future podcasts, what we're going to be talking about. There's going to be loads of stuff. Will there be guilds? What the communities be like? Will there be PvP? Yes, they should be, because this is this is the one thing that they always do in Guild Wars games. I know there's only two, but there is some kind of PvP, housing, dungeons, raids. What's PS5 combat going to look like? What's it going to be like playing on the controller? How's that going to impact skills, classes, world building, characters, races? We will be back to talk more about all of this. So make sure you check out the Lightbringers Guild Wars 2 podcast on youtube.com/JebroUnity or twitch.tv/JebroUnity as well on a Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. GMT. Not sure if we'll have a show next week. It really depends how much comes out, because maybe we should be careful about how much we talk about this all the time, because I don't want to overload ourselves and other people. But
Probably every time there's new information, it would be nice to talk
yeah,
about
but we've
it.
still got like loads of we've got speculation. I mean, I'm like. I'm vibrating from
Me too.
from speculation
Me
right
too,
now.
Queen.
Especially if you go and check out like some of Kroo's videos and some of Fornax's videos, it really gets the juices flowing. Sorry, and sorry, not sorry. We have some wonderful people on this podcast today. We have Kroof, Fornax, Engel, and Boots. Thank you so much for your time. Very quick outro. Kroof, tell us what you do, where you do it.
Up first, hi guys, you can catch me over on Twitch Thursdays through the weekends playing Guild Wars games, and I also make YouTube videos. I've been posting practically a video a day, speculating, and yeah, thanks for having me.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Engelbert, meow. Tell us about you. Why have I not got a thing for you?
That's crazy.
Wow. Just forget about me. Anyway, you guys can find me over
didn't
on
forget about you.
Twitch, twitch.tv/Engelbert I do a lot of streaming over there. I also am a cosplayer, and I do a series called Curse Cosplays to raise money for charity. And I am currently I'm doing a prop build of Astralaria on my Instagram, so you can check that out if you
You
want
can
to
see
follow
their
along for
backyard
progress.
round.
Yeah, you see part of it back
Nice.
here.
Really cool. That's so wicked. Nice. Fornax, tell us what you do, where you do it. Hello.
Yeah, I'm Fornax. I'm the Crichton Herald. You probably know me if you have been around for a while. I used to do a lot of lore videos and a lot of fashion wars. Please do check out my channel at the moment. I'm supporting TerryPie 2026. I've covered every single fashion competition that they've had. They've done one for each of the races. The last one was on Friday night. If you go and watch those videos, every penny that's made from them forever goes to Rainbow Railroad, which is a massive charity that helps LGBTQIA plus people escape hostile environments and state-sponsored legislation that does them a great deal of harm. They've helped over 1,400 people escape, including people from Afghanistan, people from Georgia, with all the horrific things that are happening there, and Africa. They've emergency relocation for a huge amount of people, support for many, many more. It's a fantastic charity. And also, if you're interested in continuing the speculation, I released a video today talking about all the stuff that we're talking about here, but just me nattering on and reading blog posts. So if you want to go to sleep to that, that's something you could do.
I'm down for it's going to make you
And
fall
I'm sneezing,
asleep.
and that's it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Bless
much, Fornax.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
Rainbow
all the
Railroad.
things.
We're doing
May the six bless you.
Oh, thank you very much,
also
darling.
attend Tyria Pride as well, which is in 2-ish weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe just under. Oh wow, there may be conflicts. Yes, the fashion shows are great. They've got tons of events. You can even just Google it and you'll find all the things. We actually have a Lightbringers donation goal as well for that as well. I haven't put it out that much. We got like $50 or so, which has been great, and we will be raising more money. So if you do want to donate to that, I might put that in the description below as well. Happy Pride again, Boots. Tell us what you do, where you do it.
I'm Boots. You can find me at World of Enders on YouTube. I make videos there, usually about Guild Wars 2. I am not going to be here, unfortunately, for the next 3 weeks. So hopefully no news comes out until I'm back.
How dare you?
And the last thing I'll leave you with is everybody should go watch the movie Nirvana the Band, the show, the movie. The end.
You don't want to like World of Enders
What
on
a
YouTube.
stigma.
If you want to go,
I think
check
I said
out
World of
their
Enders
videos.
on YouTube.
Maybe
yeah,
you
yeah.
did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just wanted to say it again.
Yeah. Nirvana the Band, the show, the movie is a very good movie. Go watch it.
Nice. I'm Jebro. I told you where to follow the things. Go and check it out. If you do want to Google Guild Wars 2 Lightbringers podcast, you'll be able to find it on all of the places that you would possibly imagine, other than Pornhub. Otherwise, sorry, I mean, it's a major platform.
So are you saying OnlyFans?
Yeah, that's
You left that as an option.
What about X2?
Only scrotums, yeah. That's where it's up.
I mean, there is appeal. So we've shown big, long creatures that represent different things. And balls has been talked about, as well as
Maybe you weren't
freeways.
that far off, Boots,
I never am.
with your
Never.
concept art.
Not as far off as Engel, at least. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We're going to go now. No,
Yo, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Thank you so much for watching the podcast.
Wow.
We will see you next time.
Wow.
Engel, I love you. I'm sorry. I'll fire myself. It's going to be fine. Thank you so much
It's
for
all right.
watching.
So this is my last podcast, everybody.
Yeah.
I will see you
It was nice to know you, Maggie.
over on my channel. Yeah, it was very
Great.
nice working with all of you.
was
Don't
talking
worry,
about
I'll come by your
predictions.
angle. I'll give you a peace offering
Okay.
of pickle juice.
Oh, God. Not that fucking picture.
I'm starting my own podcast called The Darkbringers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Find
go
it
watch
on
it.
my-
All
I could
against
be a
Jebro.
Darkbringer.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care. Good evening, good day, and good night, and happy Banco Day.
Bye.
Bye.